Kapitan Richard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I hope everyone's doing fantastic today. Alright, I gotta come on live, show my face, and give you guys a little piece of this local greatness. So, today is gonna be a very interesting stream. So, there's this person named Sweet Tea. Okay? Now, Sweet Tea is the host of Local Duels. She's been around for a month or so. And the thing about Sweet Tea, from what I've been hearing from the grapevines, and I've been watching her, is Sweet Tea tends to fib quite a bit. Like to a very daunting extreme. And because whenever you are fibbing, especially fibber Ron Ziley, you're gonna get the old woman pissed off. So we're going to. I have like 3 videos that we're gonna watch, and we're gonna break it down. And then my editor said to do this at 1.5 speed, which I may do.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Local Rewind. Rewind? I'm your host, Billy the Fridge, and I got some very unfortunate news for you. Shortly before tonight went live, there were some accusations made against me, some terrible accusations, and I got to be honest with you, we're going to get to those. They're not truths being told. They're obviously stories made.
So this video, this stream, excuse me, let me just see if I could play it. There you go. Make sure everyone sees it. There you go. So, there have been accusations thrown at Billy, primarily done by Sweet Tea, and that's the start of it. I don't want to like bury the lead, but I want you to guys to see it.
By someone who has made stories before. Someone who I believe is seeking attention, an attention seeker that, as you'll see, as the story unravels, I hope maybe they'll learn something from this and we can all move forward together. But I'm glad that I have the real Local Queen here with me tonight. We got the Rewind Queen, my co-host Ziley Gets Real, but also joining us, we got our guest, Brantley Brantley, the LolCal Queen. How you doing? Xylee Gets Real. How you doing?
Doing good.
We're having a.
How are you?
We're doing our. We're having a baller LolCal Rewind 4-hour extravaganza. We're punching up. We're punching up against the Queens today. I gotta be honest, Brantley. You've been working on LolCal dolls.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about your doll coming for me? Your brand new doll. You got a new toy.
I heard you mention something about it in the VC, but
You didn't hear anything from her, right?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if
Oh, well, how did they get in trouble? What happened? Did she get in trouble?
I didn't know if you dropped the present on my doorstep today with this 4-hour stream, but this delicious present, Sweet Tea.
So, let me read what Sweet Tea said. Hey, Billy, I want to say something about the voice chat the other day. The way I was asked to record a video to flirt with your friend, and then some guy in the chat suggested to fly me out to get him laid was really uncomfortable and crossed the line. When I asked if this was basically prostitution, you said you want the job, right? Oh, God. That really shocked me. Whether it was meant as a joke or not, it made me feel like I was being treated more like a pawn than a person. And that's not okay. I came to LolCal to work and contribute creatively, not to be asked to use my body or sexually for a job opportunity. First and foremost, hold on. Wait. It wasn't as though it wasn't as though that people are forcing your hand to do anything about that. Like, no one's saying if you don't do this, we're gonna fire you. You know what I mean? So I don't understand, but let's continue.
He says, "Hey Bailey, I wanted to say something about that voice chat the other day. This was last night. The way I was asked to record a video to flirt with your friend, and then guys, take this all with a grain of salt, please. And then some guy in the chat suggesting to fly me out to get him laid was really uncomfortable and crossed the line. When I asked if this was basically prostitution, which she didn't ask it further away, you said you want the job, right? Which was not said.
Yeah.
And she said, that really shocked me. Whether it was meant as a joke or not, it made me feel like I was being treated more like a pawn than a person, and that's not okay. And to be fair, I could see why she might have felt like she was a pawn in this situation, because we were proposing an idea that she could do to possibly be in a matchmaking scenario. We were matchmaking her. Like, that's what this was. And that's not okay. So if she felt like a pawn in a matchmaking proposition, hey, I'm sorry, but guess what? I'm going to tell the story from my side, and we'll show how starkly different this was. And she said, that's not okay. I came to LolCal to work and contribute creatively, not to be asked to use my body or sexuality for a job opportunity. That's inappropriate and disrespectful. And I don't want to be part of anything like that. It's not something I can just ignore. I felt like a piece of meat to you and Xylee and Roxy, which that's a name you don't want to drop. Roxy, maybe. Xylee, no.
I left because those two dumbass bitches were in the voice chat in the first fucking place because I didn't want to be in there with them two scumbags.
Xylee literally came in only to say, are they gone yet? Nope, and then left. So, so just to name Xylee in this is wild.
Why would she think you would?
Because she's fucking stupid and a shit starter. Why did she think I was doxing her? Why would she think I was doxing her?
And this wasn't in a private call. This was in the Discord full of people. I got the job. Now she goes to Glow. I got the job without having to entertain you and your friends trying to get King Cobra laid, and can thank Keem for that. Now you can say my friend I was talking about was King Cobra. And I responded with, that was definitely not our intentions. Sorry you felt that way about it. I thought it would be an awesome matchmaking opportunity for the both of you. That would also happen to be conversation worthy within the LolCal universe. Now that you're using accusatory words like this, I'm going to be taking this public tonight for full transparency. Sorry again you took it this way. 1 second.
I'm happy to be awake for Rewind tonight. Heart emoji. RWO.
RWO, Lily Masai, appreciate you. Appreciate all the support and love you always give us, and everybody else in the LCU universe. You, Lily, tonight I'm going to crown you, Lily, the RWO queen. Cheers to you, Lily Masai. Our RWO queen tonight. And I said, sorry you again took it this way. It was fully explained not to be our intentions. Good luck in the LCU.
What do you mean by that?
Good luck to her in the LCU. I'm not going to be talking to her no more. I'm not going to be talking to her. I'm not going to be working with her anymore in a capacity of me offering her ideas. So here's what happened last night. Roxy was in the Rewind voice chat because we were popping in the Rewind voice chat, right? Kaidik, thank you for the grifted. Let me run down everybody who came through so far to show love. Dawson, welcome to Cash Cow. Immortal Muffin, welcome to Cash Cow. Velvet Nightmare, thank you for the grifted. Trans Ben Shapiro, Billy, why use AI when you're the best at the lyrical miracles? To be honest with you, when I finish this album, I might just have to make a Rewind intro song. I got pen to pad, dude. I gotta get this thing finished. Critical Thinking says 300 likes will drop a $50 stream game key. That's awesome, Critical Thinking. Mr. Barnyard, welcome to Cash Cow. Twisted Puppet, welcome back to Cash Cow 5 months deep. Says Billy, I told you Xylee would be there. Yeah, you did. Tenacious T, welcome to Cash Cow. And Kaidik again, thank you for the grifted. Now, so this is what
I
happened.
just left the voice chat. I wasn't quitting. I just left the voice
I
chat.
said, dude, if Xylee quits, I was kind of milking it for the chat. I was like,
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I never
dude,
said I
I was like,
quit.
dude, we have a 4-hour rewind. We have a 4-hour rewind. I'm being accused of prostituting a woman. We have the worst vibes in the LCU just happened tonight. We just fired Grimm. We're going in 4 hours. We gotta fight Queens, and now Xylee might quit.
No, I wasn't quitting. I left the voice chat.
Xylee is listen, Xylee is many things, but Xylee's not about to be annoyed at some stupid person just accusing people of anything. And the thing is that, again, you weren't forced to do anything you didn't want to do, from what the messages state. So it's going to be on her to prove otherwise.
Nina, thank you for the 5 grifted membership. Appreciate you, Nina. Appreciate you, Mapsy, for the 5 grifted. I'll drink to that.
Thank you, Massey.
Now let me paint a picture, okay?
I'm drinking out of my new cup from Hugh Jess. Ooh.
Beautiful Mountain Dew cup. Let me paint a picture. Roxy and I were in the Rewind voice chat. Bella Wood, welcome to Cash Cow. Xylee was in there, and Xylee don't like Roxy. So you were in and out, right? You were like, man, fuck this. I'm going somewhere else. So Roxy and I were talking, and I was like, Roxy needs a co-host, right? I'm like, Roxy, maybe you should get one of your friends. You have any friends that would hook up with King Cobra, become his girlfriend, and maybe you could have your co-host be the new Queen Cobra. That'd be awesome. Cobra gets a new girl, and you have a co-host that's got it in with King Cobra, and you can have the new Queen Cobra, because Naked and Laughing sucked. Naked and Laughing, the old Queen Cobra, was a horrible girlfriend. And she's like, knows King Cobra. I know King Cobra. We like him. We think he's a sweet guy. We think he could use a girl. And if she happened to have a friend that was worthy of King Cobra, it'd be awesome if they were also in the LCU and could be like a figure here. And we'd have like a piece of that universe here in our universe. Because I'm a fan. What?
You sure you want to do that again?
I'm a fan of that universe. I love that universe. Roxy is too. So we were sharing that. And then we were like, wait a second. You know who's always in the universe flirting with people? What if Sweet Tea was into King Cobra? And Roxy was like, because Roxy had her on, you know? So Roxy's like, oh yeah, I'll get her in here right now. And so she messages Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea comes in, and I say, Sweet Tea, you know how you're always on shows flirting with people? How serious are you about finding somebody? How serious are you about hooking up with somebody? And she said, you know, I've been single for a long time, so yeah, I'm pretty open. And I was like, okay, well, hear me out, because we got kind of a wild idea. Have you ever heard of King Cobra JFS? And she goes, matter of fact, I have. That guy, I actually think he's a lot smarter than people give him credit for. And I was like, okay, hear me out. And I start pitching him as a matchmaking opportunity. And she seems with it, right? She seems interested.
So far, Billy's like not. He just presenting the opportunity. He's not going. He's not, you know, like forcing. He's just presenting the idea. Hell, he's even asking Sweet Tea, you know, you've been single. Would you want this opportunity to flirt with King Cobra, JFS? So it's not like she's like, you have to do this or else you're fired type of thing.
And then everybody in the chat room is like, oh, King Scott's in there. And he's like, if you want to be with him, if you hook up with him, I'll buy you a plane ticket to meet with him. And Roxy's like, you should make a video, dress up as a goth girl to meet with him. I was like, no, don't manipulate him. Don't dress up as a goth girl. You know, let's find a way to maybe get you two connected somehow so you can see if you're even compatible. I was like,
good guy Billy. He's out here being like, no, we're not gonna mess around with the dumbass. We're not going to like manipulate him like we just accused Rim and the other one of a Nightmare manipulating Michelangelo. No, let's see if they're comparable. Let's see if this is legit. Then we'll put it together. Like Billy is aware of things. Like this could be, like he could put himself in the same position as fucking Tested, but like you gotta give Billy credit for being self-aware of not making the same mistakes as Tested. Like he was like, no, we're not gonna fuck with King Cobra. We're gonna just keep it cool and casual and see where it goes. If it's legit, we go to step 2 or step 3.
I don't want to make this a situation where we're literally setting you up with a SSO Michelangelo situation where you're there breaking some guy's heart, okay? I don't want to mimic what we literally just had blow up today. I don't want to be those guys, okay?
I mean,
I was like, this,
Exactly. You see, again, smart. This is who King needs in his fucking network. People that are gonna call stuff out, but not gonna repeat the mistakes. And it's totally fair.
literally want this to be like a real
My
matchmaking
fiance got me into
situation
the universe. Xylee and Billy are definitely my favorite. RWO for life.
for life.
Thank
So
you,
I'm
Tyson.
saying all this stuff to be like, don't break my guy's heart, right? And then now today she's like, you're prostituting me. And you're saying, if I want the job, and I'm like, hold up. If anything, I'm like, if you're really into him, if you find it, if you're single and want
Yeah, let me look up what King Cobra looks like. King Cobra JFS. Let's see if I could do images. This is King Cobra. This is King Cobra. Okay? I want to make that clear.
to mingle and you're interested in this guy, wouldn't it be? And I told her the story of how we got to the story by thinking of friends Roxy had that might be interested in dating him. And then she's like, why'd you think of me and not Beans? And I was like, Beans already got a show. You're looking for a show. Like, wouldn't it be cool if you had an extra in that made you more interesting? Like, wouldn't that be cool? Like, I thought I'd give you this idea if you were dating King Cobra. Wouldn't that be extra?
Yeah, Beans don't need to be fucking around with JFS, to be honest with you. She dealt with one fucking racist locale. Fucking looking motherfucking grim. She needs to take a break from crazy. She needs to be fucking healing from the nonsense. How I still don't understand how this fucking idiot breaks up with Beans. Beans is adorable, in my personal opinion. He should be lucky to be dating anyone of that caliber. Hell, fucking Grim could have been dating fucking Shani and fucking other fucking ugly looking people. Hell, he could have been dating fucking what's this bitch's name? What the fuck is her name? The one that I always say that she's a cum dumpster. Oh my god. I can't think. Astros, there you go. He could have been named Astros.
Thing,
That's why she said, you told her you want the job, don't you? Or something like that.
I guess. But she straight up asked me, she's like, why offer this to me and not Beans? I'm like, I'm just thinking of who's single, looking for a show. Like, you're the first person that came.
He's being so philanthropic. He's like, you're single, you're looking for a show, this could be it. He's not like, if you don't do this, fuck you. No, he's trying to help. And he's not trying to manipulate the whole situation. And again, all she could say is no, so figure something else out. That's what she could do.
To mind looking for a show. You're the one going on all these shows flirting with everybody. Why just flirt in the LCU? Flirt outside. I'm like, I literally told her, I was like, King Cobra, in my opinion, is the most eligible lol-cow bachelor. I think he's a good guy. I think he's a good guy. I think he's awesome.
Make a cute couple.
And you literally said you think he's a decent guy too. I'm not pushing him on you.
Where's Sweet Tea?
Sweet Tea, are you around? Because
She ain't gonna come up here. I'll tell you now, she ain't gonna come up
if
here.
you would like to come and talk.
Stop scaring everybody off.
Stop saying I'm trying to dox you and stop saying that my co-host is trying to prostitute your ass.
If you would like to come and talk.
Miss Keem, I'm a virgin. I'm a virgin, Keem. Pick me.
If you
Yeah,
would like to come and talk, I'd like to take you for a walk down memory lane. Because I think you're insane. Slim Jim, welcome to Cash Cow. Darth Omegas, thank you for the grifting. Tenacious T says, my fiance got me into the universe. Allie and Billy are definitely my favorite RDBO for life. I just want to say, appreciate that. Your fiance, smart cookie. Critical Thinking says, Miss Keemstar, did I not call it Beans? Pick was you.
Oh yeah, I know, right? Like, she want to choose somebody else because like it's just too obvious. She would be suspicious. All that shit. Serious ass beans.
Yeah, so I just had to bring that up, dude. Billy Weinstein over here trying to make her a star. I thought it would be great. And if I'm an asshole for matchmaking, that's fine. I've been trying to get girls to hook up with King Cobra forever because I think King Cobra is actually a good dude, right? I think he's hilarious.
So you trying to hook him up with Sweet Tea?
I think she's a good girl.
They would be cute.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Come on.
I need to deep dive more into the lore of fucking King Cobra, but King Cobra is a really interesting cat. Very interesting cat. That can be misunderstood. I'm not going to put all of that. Okay, that's Billy's a thing on him. I'm not gonna dissuade it. I need to be more into the lore. I need to be deep dive. And I do have a couple of people that know the lore of King Cobra.
Absolutely amazing to me. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I ain't gonna say a word.
Yeah. The tea thing in common, kinda, you know? Like stuff, and like soon he'll have gums.
I don't think there's anything wrong with
One second, sorry. My boss needed directions.
Sweet Tea and King Cobra being a couple, to be honest with you.
They'd make cute babies, Xylee.
Unless neither of them are into each other, which could have happened, right? Jared the Red, thank you for your 10 grifted. Boom,
She's
boom.
not answering.
Yeah,
I already tagged her twice.
I didn't think she would because she came at me with her feelings, and I just want to tell you, I consider your feelings. I'm sorry you felt that way. I definitely tried to consider them last night when you came in, which is why I started off with how serious are you about your flirting in the Discord. First thing I said.
I mean, she can go. She doesn't, feel comfortable using her body that way. But now, of course, the test stream is down now. But she can go up on tests like last night or night before last, shaking her ass and shit, flirting with CD-ROM, telling Keem, "Ooh, I'm a virgin. Pick me, Keem. I'm a virgin. I want to be a star."
Yeah,
she can do all that.
Considering I'm her manager now, I feel like she has to come up here since I told her to.
I would think so.
And we had a room full of people who were there watching. Uh-oh, Brantley just got removed. Does this mean we're getting actual Keemstar coming up? Am I being fired? Am I being fired? Uh-oh.
Outcast says that he got your back. He was in the chat. Can we bring him up?
I mean, let's bring him up. I don't think I need anybody to have my back. I'm pretty sure
I don't think you do
pretty sure my word here carries. But Outcast, how you doing?
How you doing, man? I just wanted to come in for a minute because I have no real horse in the race, but I want to say that I was in this call when it happened, and not only is Billy telling the truth, but Sweet Tea was actually super excited and wanted to do this. What happened was, before she got dragged in, Billy, in fact, was thinking about who could date King Cobra because he liked King Cobra and he was a friend of his. He thought about people, then all of a sudden he thought, hey, Sweet Tea is single. Do you think that Sweet Tea might want to date King Cobra? So then Roxy came in. Billy asked Roxy, do you think Sweet Tea could do that because Roxy knows King Cobra? Roxy said yes, and then when you brought Sweet Tea in, you said, hey, Sweet Tea, do you know who King Cobra is? And she said, as a matter of fact, it's funny, I was just talking about him a couple hours ago or a couple days ago. Yes, I know who King Cobra is. And Billy said, would you like to possibly have a date with him? He never, ever said anything about the P word or lay of the night situation. In fact, if she brought that up and he said, no, Sweet Tea, I'm not saying that. And Roxy even said, King Cobra does not do that. If anything, he would talk to you for at least a month before you would even meet up or even have a date. And if at any time during that month you don't like him, you can exit the relationship with him and never talk to him again before you even meet up. So what she's saying is absolute bullshit right now. I was in that call. Yeah, there is no way that you were doing what she's accusing you of doing, and I just wanted to clarify that because I heard the entire thing myself. She was all for it and excited to meet King Cobra.
Okay.
There was a lot of people in there too that would corroborate the story, but it doesn't matter, right? Because at the end of the day, Sweet Tea's feelings are valid. If she was hurt, I wanted to come up here so I can apologize to her.
Yeah, but I just wanted to clear the air on that myself because as a fan and as a neutral party, I can tell everybody Billy did not do what Sweet Tea's accusing him of doing, and I don't think that's fair to put that on Billy. So fuck
Outcast,
you, Sweet Tea.
Yes, fuck you, Sweet Tea, 100%. Outcast, I'm going to get you out of here because I don't want to make your ears bleed, okay?
I was going to leave on my own. Thank you for having me
Thank you,
on.
Outcast. Thank you, Outcast.
What? You're going to what?
I just think.
What the fuck you apologizing for?
I obviously hurt her feelings, Xylee.
You better stand 10 toes down, motherfucker. You ain't apologizing to her for shit. The little shit-starring little motherfucker.
I want to apologize for trying to hook her up with a friend, Xylee.
What happened to being the bad guy?
Billy,
I shouldn't assume. Oh, no, being a bad guy doesn't help. People get fired when I'm the bad guy, Brantley. Do you know that?
I mean,
when I'm the bad guy, people get hurt.
No, remember being the good guy by telling us everything that's going on. So you need to be the bad guy again so you don't get people fired.
Remember all those people that said I was just a vile piece of shit and that I was only...
I was also in that call. Bullying is innocent. Free Billy. # Ruther for life.
Ellie, remember all those people that said I just had a hate boner for Nightmare and they were good guys? Remember that?
how many accusations does she have to throw out before we realize she's a piece of fucking shit?
But Xylee, I have to be the good guy now or else people get fired.
Fuck that.
Remember all those people that came up here and told me I was wrong? Remember all those fans?
I don't care.
Remember?
I don't care about that. That's something totally different. No, fuck you. That's something totally different.
I'm trying something new, Xylee. Instead of standing 10 toes down,
whatever.
I'm apologizing. Even when I'm right so that people can keep their jobs.
Do you? Because you should have never had the conversation with her in the first fucking place because you know what kind of piece of fucking shit she is. She's a little fucking clout whore, and all she wants is to do whatever she can get to get a fucking show, and it finally fucking worked for her.
Xylee, it's day one of her employment. I can't take this away from her on day one.
And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, it should be your last fucking day because she shouldn't get a show because all she's gonna do is start more fucking shit with giving her a fucking platform.
True.
I love you though, Brantley. I know it was your decision, but still.
Moldiv Shift says, Sweet Tea is the ultimate troll, intentional or not. Love it. Dude, she is a soundboard. She just says some of the most wildest shit. I don't know if it's intentional. What I do know...
fucking trouble. No, it is intentional. Okay, you know what? Fine. Fine. Okay, all right. This is strike 2. When it's a third time, it's going to be a motherfucking pattern. Y'all going to wait for the pattern? Fine. Because when that pattern arrives, I'll have everything on all the ducks in a row, and I'll show y'all the fucking pattern. This is fucking bullshit.
I can't wait.
Now, Mapsy sent a dono earlier that didn't get read. He said, Xylee, my poor little pepper kitten is on heat. She's my little baby, but she's acting
know,
like a
she's cute.
slut.
She's a cute little baby too. She's the cutest little kitty cat.
And Delusional Freak says, what? Billy, you better stop while you're ahead. Xylie's going to kick your ass. Nice to see you on Rewind, Brantley. Yeah, we got the real Lolcow Queen here with us tonight. We're rewinded.
I can't believe you want to fucking apologize to that little whore.
I want her to come up here. I was baiting her, Xylee. She isn't up here yet, so I figure I could let...
She ain't gonna come up here because she's too much of a fucking pussy. Talk all her shit in the goddamn Discord, talking about how I didn't get a job because of Brantley and Xylee, but that your ass got a job on a show that Brantley's running, you stupid bitch.
I thought...
I think that's how, because like she talks shit, and I was like, yo,
Okay.
Poke Gaga says, I will never suggest clips for y'all to rewind to. I think my clip suggestions are more trouble than good.
Actually, this is the third time. I just don't have the screenshots from the first time because the first time the accusation was against the Discord because the Discord was trying to dox her. Then the second accusation was me trying to dox her, and the third accusation is Billy and Billy trying to prostitute her.
And trust me, if I was trying to prostitute her, she would
All right. Anyway, let's continue. Sorry, the boss is my boss was asking me for stuff.
Be trying to get me more money.
I don't think you can get much off of that ugly.
You better put that. She got no teeth. That's an earner. You know that, right?
Probably.
You realize.
Yeah. Do you realize what no teeth get you on the streets? That's a gummy. Trill says Sweet Tea reminds me of a kidney stone you don't notice until it's bad.
I noticed from jump.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't like her whenever she first popped on, but she's grown on me.
To be fair, I did like her, and it was exactly for things like this. I want this heat. I am not mad at this at all. I saw this, and I was like, ooh, Christmas. I'm a boss. I'm a pimp now. It's the same day Nightmare got accused of being a pimp on Live, by the way. Did you see that?
Oh my.
Okay, Sweet Tea's and members waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea, you're here now. I want to personally apologize for the way I made you feel.
If you really felt that way, you wouldn't have made it public.
Fuck that. Are you serious? Why would you accuse me of that?
It wasn't really
Stupid asshole.
accusing
You
you.
a stupid asshole.
It wasn't. It was really truly how I felt. I swear to God, I had a nightmare last night of just from going through it and listening.
Wait. I'm looking at her, and homegirl looks like she looks cute. I mean, she's cute, and it's like she's cute. I mean, she looks like has a nice personality. I understand why Zali is there because Zali's part of the rewind, but she's gonna cause a whole bunch of trouble for nothing. Honestly speaking, and like, so of course she's gonna be very combative because she's very close to Billy, so she's gonna defend over this fucking nonsense. And while I was like helping my boss get directions, I heard Billy say that, "Oh, I'm just gonna apologize and move the fuck on." Like, I'm kind of like that way with I'm kind of like that way, where it's like, okay, if I'm wrong, fuck it. I'm not gonna fight it. It's like, okay, fine, whatever, let's move on. But I think he's being a little bit sarcastic about that shit.
It wasn't necessarily you.
Yeah.
It was a lot of other people in there, and a lot of them were saying stuff, and it just really got to me.
Okay.
Bitch, don't start
Can I-
crying because
can I-
ain't nobody gonna give a fuck about your tears.
Before you start crying, can I tell you something? Can you listen to me here? Because I'm gonna be your friend here. Be your friend here.
I ain't.
Well, Zali, could you give me a moment with her? Because I want to be your friend here for real. When you come to a YouTuber with accusations like that, they usually don't stay private. Okay. So when you say something like that to somebody, I can no longer think of it as I don't know you, right? So I don't see it as a friend to friend, right? I see that as you coming to me and saying something that possibly could come out as public. So I have to get ahead of it and I have to make it public, right?
I could tell by your response that
Yeah.
you were trying.
Yeah, because he told you in the fucking response. Of course you can fucking tell because you can read.
Ziley, I gotta try and talk to her, okay? Because I want you to know something, Sweet Tea. I want you to know something. If you really felt that way, I actually really am sorry. I really thought it would be a fun matchmaking opportunity. I really think of my friend, or not my friend, King Cobra, someone I enjoy, someone I watch. I said that very parasocially. I'm a fan of King Cobra. I love that guy by watching him. I really do. I really thought it would be a fun, interesting thing to do.
I love how Zali just ran the fuck up like, I can't deal with this anymore. Like, Zali, the way you handle things is different than the way Billy handles things. Billy is trying to be a peacemaker. Billy, I think how Billy's handling it is different from how other people handle it, of course. But the thing is with Billy, he'll give you the hand. He'd be like, I want to try to be amicable about this. Let's try to be together on this. And then if he's still not going to be cooperative, then I gotta drop the hammer down.
So me trying to matchmake you with him, that was genuine. And if you felt like I was prostituting you, I genuinely am sorry for that.
First, it felt everything was fine. I felt like everything was fine, and then like towards the end is where it started getting weird for me.
Okay, I could see.
What do you mean?
I could see when everybody, because
Bro, you were popping there for a real one. Prostituting would be like if you went to his house in a bow tie and then gave yourself to him. No. All you were doing is you were just having a little matchmaking thingamajiggy. What is this?
when it started, it seemed like you were having fun with us and into it. So maybe everybody got a little overwhelmed and was having fun with it as well. And then maybe you felt like it was overwhelming because everybody was really into it. I could see that. I'll concede that. maybe everybody was a little too comfortable with the idea of you going to see King Cobra. And I could see us getting lost in the idea of it happening and you feeling like maybe we were forgetting about you, the person, and getting ahead of everything. But I didn't notice you say anything where you were uncomfortable, so we continued to have fun.
Yeah, I mainly stayed quiet. Like, it felt like, I don't know, whenever I hear something that's like, I don't know, like triggering or something, I'll just like black out. So I don't remember most of the conversation, but I remember like
Sweet
a couple
Tea, you
of
should tell the
sentences
truth.
that
You were
really
offered a role on
triggered
Savage
me.
Podcast 2 days ago, and now you want to spread hate. Sorry, becoming is bad.
That's I hope you're not here to spread hate because you're offered a role in Savage's podcast. That would be terrible. But that being said, you're here now, so continue.
It was I remember there was a guy that said that about flying me over there in an airplane or something.
Yeah, he said if you things did work out, he would totally buy your ticket to go meet him.
That really freaked me out, especially since I know that like that last girl got flown out just to, like, you know, have sex with him or whatever. And like it was just like some of the things they were saying like that, it felt like so intense for me.
I remember the end of the conversation being near the end of the conversation, I said things like, look, I'm not trying to mess with this guy's heart. I don't want you to just be trolling him. I want you to like see if things work out between the two of you because I want you to actually be interested in him. So no pressure. Don't push him. Don't troll him. I don't want this to be a SSO Michelangelo situation. This was near the end of the conversation.
I remember you saying that, and most everything that you said that came from that chat, I agree with. You did say that, and it did happen. Except for the beans comment. That was the only thing that I heard that you didn't say right.
How'd that go?
When I asked you, why didn't you ask Beans instead of me? You said, well, Beans doesn't need an opportunity for a job. You do.
I said Beans already has a show, and I'm looking for someone to hook up with King Cobra, become Queen Cobra. Roxy and I are looking to fill her co-host role with a Queen Cobra. This was the idea for a matchmaking opportunity. Find her a Queen Cobra. That's why she called you in there.
I might be the best person to ask those things too, because I really am a skittish person. Like,
well, here's the thing. We started the conversation. Remember when we started the conversation off with, you know how you go around all these podcasts flirting? Is that real? And you said, I've been single for a long time. So yeah, it is. Remember? We started it off that way because you've been going around all these podcasts flirting. Isn't
that like slut shaming me though? Like, I can't be upset about this.
Shut up!
As Riley said a minute ago about me screaming that I was a virgin.
Yes, I called you a whore. Yes.
It's not slut shaming. I was asking if you were serious about dating and doing it on streams for real dating. Because that's literally what the entire proposition was about. Not slut shading. Not, you know what? I gotta say something. Sweet Tea, your content, because either you're a manipulative witch or dumber than shit. So I love you here in the LCU.
Two things can't be true at once. Sorry. Were you traumatized when you were shaking your ass up on test?
I'm doing what I want to do, you know.
Yeah, and I'm doing what I want to do too.
I bet you are, baby girl. I bet you are. Just like you wanted to send him that message to make him feel bad for you, huh?
Not gonna work.
I wanted to send him that message because I was afraid that it would continue. Y'all would ask me if I wanted to do something with him, or it was basically my resignation from accepting the deal to go with him.
Well, that's right. Yeah,
do you have a crush on Billy? Like, I feel like that might be it.
Right, really? This is what we're going with it? This is where we're going with it.
I mean, she's running to you about her feelings, and she's like, listen, I need a hug.
So you tell somebody that you have a crush on that they're trying to prostitute you? Is that a pickup line now?
Well, I did. You have to admit that I said that. I said, "Are you saying you want me to prostitute for a host role?" I said that in the chat.
And what did he say to you?
And there was messages from the chat from the same time where people was like, "Oh, it's not prostitution and stuff," because I said that.
Well,
I felt very uncomfortable.
definitely did not paint that picture at all.
Did Billy say you want the job, don't you? Did he actually say that to you, or are you just phrasing it like that? Because that sounds really
RWO for
I've been
life.
thinking about it.
I love this show. I always tune for the most part. And thank you for the lullaby. The other night I slept like a baby.
About to have a really, really, really good night. Gerard the Red.
Don't. That's not.
Gerard the Red. He's got a little dono. All right.
No, he's
so yeah. I did not say you want the job, right? I did not say that. I know I didn't say that. That's not who I am. That's
why I put in quotes, because I'm not for sure what you
That's
said.
why you put it in quotes. Usually quote what somebody says exactly. You're wild, Sweet Tea. You're a hoot. You know that, right?
Like people say I put in quotation marks if they don't know.
That means quoting them as in that's the exact words they use.
You know what? Things might not work out with you and my friend King Cobra. Have you met a guy named Cyrex?
Oh my god.
He might be a little more your speed.
He might be the devil, you asshole.
Yeah, but the way you're acting right now, I think he might be for you.
That's Sally to a fucking T. Like, I hate myself so much. What is this? What have I got myself into? This is your life, Xylee. This is your damn life.
Maybe I shouldn't have sent that, but I don't know. I have really strong feelings.
Saul Goodman, YouTube member for 2 months, says, Sweet Tea, you got to learn the hard way. I'm a swig for that pig, Saul Goodman. You know how we do here in the RWO. We swig for our pigs. Cheers to you, Saul Goodman. Hey, Xylee, I want to steal from Lockout Live. You know on Lockout Live, every time they get a pay pig, they pretend they get shot. Here on Lockout Rewind.
Can I pretend to do the shooting?
No, every time we get a pay pig, we have to pretend to suck a dick. Do it,
Xylee's
Xylee.
gangsta is being tested. She is about to cook. RW.
So
Can someone make that as a gift and send it to Billy? Send that and just say it's from Papa Huggy. Papa Hollywood Huggy. This is for you, King. A fucking gift of you sucking on that slong for you can put that as a thing for members and stuff. Look at that face. Is that the face of someone that's gonna be a Harvey Weinstein? Look at that face.
I actually have a question for Sweet Tea. Since you did twerk in front of Grim, how do you feel about him getting fired?
Well, I thought he was a spoiled rich boy, so everything that I ever said to Grim was like I kind of had to fudge it. Nightmare told me to come on there and help him out, but I think CD Rom's a genuine good guy. But
Wait. Nightmare told you to come up there and help him out?
Thank you.
yeah, I believe he messaged me that day and told me to come on.
After finding out that I was going to have you as a guest on Dolls. Okay.
Wait, what?
After he found out that I was going to have you as a guest on Dolls.
I can't anymore, bro.
Was it the night that I was on Aussie? That's the night I'm talking about. The night that I did. I didn't really twerk. I just
It's not
showed
awesome.
my butt. Or
Was it?
showed my
No,
hips.
it was Tess.
Oh yeah, Tess. I'm sorry. Was it Tess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
I was on Aussie before it that day,
Mhm.
right? Okay, that was the same day Nightmare asked me to come on.
And I think it's the same day or the day after that I said you're going to be a guest on Dolls.
Could be.
I don't know who I'm more mad at in this situation. You and Roxy or her. As in Sweet Tea. I don't know who I'm more angry at. Because where you and Roxy, I don't know, understand how y'all didn't think that was going to happen by talking to this stupid bitch.
Oh, here's the difference. I don't care that this happened.
I do care
We-
because why did you put my name in that message?
Because she's a bitch.
Because I wasn't there.
Yeah,
I
well,
left.
The reason I did the first thing I seen was your name on there when I went in. And then the last thing I heard when I left was you saying bye.
Yeah, because I left because I didn't want to be in a voice chat with you and Roxy. So why did you put my name in it?
To my knowledge, you were in it.
Well, you were wrong.
Could have heard it. If I was wrong, I was wrong. I don't.
Yeah, you are. You're always wrong. That's the problem. You're never right. And that's what's funny about you.
Yeah.
Danny says, I bet Nightmare was in her ear to make her accuse Billy. Jay says, I hope Grim has
Okay,
a
I
real
doubt
good
that.
night.
I doubt
I honestly do hope Grim has a good night. It sucks for Grim.
Yeah.
Whatever Grim did, whatever Grim said, not cool, but I don't want to see Grim suffer anymore. Whatever. Go live his life. He's had a hell of a bad week, dude. Grim was my friend before all this shit went down, and I don't wish any more harm on him. He's paying his price now. Addicted to cold brews, so is Nightmare in her ear trash talking Billy? Probably not. This is probably a
That was
Sweet
the only
Tea
message I
original.
ever got from him.
Oscar-
So Shinobi Ben tells you you only have one functioning arm, and you said, "That's right, baby. Your seduction has made my right arm perk up in erection."
Who
You
said
can't
that?
talk around here.
Traumatization, though. Traumatization, though. Yeah, traumatization.
So
Oh,
people
fuck.
that's been through trauma can't make fun of their own trauma. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're right. Save that one for later. All right, there we go.
Well, this is me. Scott, is that you? Says, how could she accuse Billy of all people? He's such a good dude. I mean, honestly, she came in there not knowing what to expect, and it was a crazy situation. I was very protective of how I introduced it, and I was very aware the entire way through of how she was reacting. Afterwards, she could go anywhere she wants in her mind, and she went there, and I'm sorry for that. You know, I really am. I was trying to be as professional as possible, and I was assuming maybe in some world she could be professional too, and she wasn't, and I know that now. So I'm no longer going to be working with her in this way on things. That's fine though, Sweet Tea. I lose no respect for you. I didn't have a whole lot to begin with, but it's okay. You're new at this. I think that you're funny sometimes, and I think that you're very, very dangerous with what you say and do sometimes, and that's provocative. So it's interesting to watch.
Yeah.
I will like to say as your manager that you not wanting people to slut shame you is like Becky saying that she doesn't want people to slut shame her. You know, like you make it kind of obvious and kind of like, hey, just do it anyway. Point it out.
If you
can't,
don't want people treating you like a
think
slut,
it's
don't act like a slut.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Especially for what we're talking about right now.
If you don't want people to treat you like a slut, don't act like a slut. I said what I said, 10 toes down. Period.
and we
I mean,
will
you-
start being.
Welcome to the internet.
You did just bring Xylee's name into something that she wasn't a part of. She literally
In a
left the
private
room. Well, in a private message that you accused me of something pretty
Not
terrible.
where I accuse you of anything.
You said that you felt like I was prostituting you.
We just saw it.
There's no way I said that.
Okay, well, we can look at it again. No problem.
I wouldn't have worded it like that. I would have said like I felt like
So this is why I had to make it public, right? You said,
I
when
would
I
have
asked if this was basically prostitution, you said, you want the
Yeah.
job, right?
You said something like that. I remember like my eyes, like I felt very uncomfortable. You said
The
something.
way you remember things, including Xylee being a part of this, are wrong. That's why
Well,
this
she wasn't
becomes
at
a
the beginning
problem.
and the end, Billy. She
Yes,
was there at the
because,
beginning and the end.
because she left
So
when you came in
that's
there.
something.
Oh, and at the end, I was the one that kicked you out.
Yeah, that's why I thought you were
I
there.
got you. No, I wasn't. I left. I even said, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." I literally said,
Yeah.
"Fuck this shit, I'm out," because I
That's
didn't want to
why
be in
you've
there
been
with you.
there for a
and Roxy.
Sweet
No,
tea.
I wasn't
I
there
was
for a
only
while.
for 25 5 minutes and you say fuck this, I'm out. You
You're
come
also
in and
the
say
stupid
that.
retard who thought he was trying to prostitute you. Suck a dick, bitch.
I thought everybody involved.
Bitch, go get a job at your local Dollar Tree because that's all you're good for. Fuck off.
That is a big, big allegation. I want to
Yeah.
know why you didn't come to Keem or I. And don't go, I didn't want to bother you, because that is big.
because I didn't feel like it was really like it was. More, I knew it was more of me, my interpretation of things. That's why I just wanted to tell Billy.
Your
And
interpretation. Okay, here's what
Yes.
if you would have came in and you would have said something a little less serious as
Holy Lord,
prostituting.
it all
One
might
second.
memory on Sweet Tea. She might just have early onset dementia. I'm stroking out here.
The way it was worded was so serious that I had to go public about it in case you were planning on going public about it, right? I had to go first. I'm sorry. That's just,
Yep.
and so if you're, this is a learning lesson for you now. I'm giving you this gift of learning you in front of everybody. You should have came at me and said, last night I'm uncomfortable with that conversation. And I would have said, holy shit, I'm so sorry. I will work with you to.
You have to choose your words carefully with that. That's the thing. Because when you say certain things, you tend to you could cause a stir that doesn't need to be a stir, even if you didn't mean for there to be a stir. And that's what words get you. The words can get you into trouble. You don't want words to get in. And she's pretending like she didn't have anything to do with it. She's like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean to bother Keem or Brantley. No, you know what you're doing. And you're trying to play stupid, and it's not working.
Make things right, because that wasn't my intention, and and honestly here tonight I'm still sorry for that, because that wasn't my intention. But also when you dip into other things like what was it earlier that triggered me and told you to shut up? You're a dumb bitch is what I'm saying. You want it both ways, and I don't give a fuck actually, because I don't believe you now is the problem, right? I don't believe you at all. I'm just gonna stop there. I'm not gonna go into it anymore. I don't care about your feelings. You've exhausted me of that. I wish I could. I want to. I like you. I enjoy you. But I keep remembering now that this is a you problem. You fuck this up. I've been fucking careful with you. If you come into the LCU, guess what? The kid gloves are off. I'm sorry. I'm not going to fuck with you anymore on this. I'm sorry that this hurt you, but I'm done.
Good. I never wanted this to be a thing anyway. You shouldn't have freaking even come to me with all
That's
this
true.
crap.
That's
Put me
true.
on-
That's true.
You came to him with this shit. What do you mean?
No.
originally-
We did invite her into the room, but you should have.
I thought you meant
You
the
should have.
message.
You should have said, you know what? All the slutty things I do on camera, that's for me. I don't want to talk about it here. Right when we
didn't
asked
talk
you in the
about it.
beginning. Remember that? There's a little agency here that you have to take.
I didn't think that that's what it was going to devolve into. Like, at first, everything was fine, like, whatever. But then everybody started getting gross. You're like, oh, I want to get him laid. You said that at least 3 times. And you were talking to me, so I'm assuming you're talking about me. That's ridiculous.
Well,
and everybody else is saying, like, shut up.
You don't
Don't
want
say
to
stuff
get
like that.
like, here's the thing. You talk super grimy all the time. It doesn't seem that out of the wheelhouse. And when I said I want to go this, I said I've known this guy for years, and I've been rooting for him to get laid for a long time. Every time I meet a girl online who like has like an OnlyFans or something, and she's like single, I'm like you should go try and hook up with this guy in Casper. He's a good guy. He's interesting, and I think it would make your fucking page pop off if you became his girlfriend. I think he's actually would make a good boyfriend. Because you know why? Because I think he deserves a good girl in his life. I'm continually trying to push women towards this guy because I think he's just a fucking eligible bachelor.
So, Billy, you have bad taste.
Brent, you're not single. I'd push you over there too.
No, keep it over there. I'm good. Oh, by the way, Sweet Tea, the little clipping where you clip videos or like you literally record the entire like local live or like any stream and then you post it even with the ads in it.
Yeah.
That's not happening anymore because you're a host.
Oh, yeah.
And
Rastov told me.
talk to Keem about it. See if you have to delete them or not. I'm not sure. You weren't a host whenever you did it, so whatever. I guess I don't know.
Rastov said that I could keep it, but I don't know what Keem has to say about it.
Then you probably can. Then.
But yeah, the idea that I was pimping you, Sweet Tea, I want to apologize for that idea. I thought the whole matchmaking thing, saying that when Roxy and I were saying he wants to take it slow, when I was saying don't break his heart, all the layers of that we were putting onto it, I really thought that was saying that we were trying to say that we have a guy who we thought you might be interested in, and the whole thing of starting it out with, do you know this guy? Are you interested in this guy? Who, when we said, if we pitched it on Milkers, with you on Milkers, if we were said, who started by saying, who would be your weird YouTube crush? And you could say, oh, you know, King Cobra JFS. You were following along with the ride.
That's accurate. I'm not going to tell you that's not accurate. That is accurate. Most everything you said has been accurate. But
And
there was other.
Could have got you a show either way, but instead you went this route, which is pretty crazy. Honestly, it's pretty bold. I mean,
I can't believe I even opened my.
shit.
See, you have to learn, because when you come at somebody with this, they have to think that you are not just voicing your concerns, but you're threatening them with a casting couch prostitution scandal, right? You threatened me of Harvey
Don't make it
Weinstein.
into that, man.
You threatened me with a Harvey Weinstein situation. That's crazy to me.
I'm sure Harvey Weinstein thought it was crazy too for him.
And here's the thing. As a man, threaten me 1,000 times with that. I don't want anybody to hold back. But if it's wrong, I'm going to call it out 1,000 times. I'm going to come out publicly and talk about it.
You don't think that there was anybody in there that was making it weird, that was making it sexual, or even you saying like to get them, we're gonna get them laid and all this, like
Sweet
that's
tea,
not weird.
you don't want no dick. You don't want
Honestly, probably no.
Have you ever been on a stream?
For a chance at freaking milkers?
Have you ever been on a stream?
Y'all thought
One
Becky
second.
was going to be the one to sue? This bitch has low-key been making accusations from the beginning. Billy prostituting, King Scott offering to sex traffic. This will all end well. Not built for the LCU.
To be honest, this is a little telling. Do you feel like you want to have it both ways? You want to appear to be promiscuous on screen, but then when people play into it with you, you want to be prudish?
I don't know, Billy.
I do know.
I'm not trying to do anything.
It's not unprecedented, right?
Is she acting modest when this is the same girl that offered Kim a Gummer Hummer?
Yes,
Get
I'm
out of here.
sorry. I made it out to be worse than it
Yes, Control Alt Della. This
It's okay.
is the same girl that offered Keem a Gummer Hummer, but now she's modest.
Sweetie,
Yes.
it's okay because here's the thing. I don't care. Xylee having her name brought into it pissed her the fuck off, especially when she wasn't in the room. I don't care. I know I'm innocent. I know you're hurt, or I think you're hurt, right? And for a second I cared, but then I remembered you actually could have just not fucking made this a weird thing later. I cared for a second, and then you made it weird in this conversation. You know? I keep remembering I told you to shut the fuck up for a reason. You have problems. You're gonna.
You're about to cry. Look, I was it. Let's default to, I made a mistake. So let me cry to get sympathy tears with the audience. It's not gonna work, honey. It's not gonna work.
Have to get over them if you want to stick around here. I don't know if you suck at this or if you're really fucking good at this, because you're literally on here. You're on here right now making good content, and if it's at the cost of your own feelings, that sucks. But if you're just playing this and we're talking about this and it's crazy like this because you're manipulating us, then good fucking job. I don't know which side to take here. I'm actually baffled.
I'm here for my queen, Brandy.
Take it out on the show,
Glowing
girl.
heart
You got
emoji.
this. Talk about it on the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
Addicted Cold Brew says no duck. No duck.
I'm gonna be canceled.
I'm here for Queen Brantley too, and Queen Lily, who's the RWO queen, and Queen Xylee, who is my queen here on Rewind. Oh shit! And Sweet Tea, the queen of getting away with it, because I do feel like you get away with it.
She does.
You think I should be punished?
I think you should be gone and out of here. I think you.
I'm wondering if you're punishing yourself or if you're punishing us. I don't know. This is interesting to me because you appear to be wittier than most people give you credit for. You really do. So I'm wondering how much of this is you shaking the bear.
Yeah.
Are you shaking the bear?
Since I've been on here, y'all know that. Like I told y'all a million times, I'm super emotional.
You know, for somebody who's super emotional, you do start a lot of shit, and then you want to cry about it after you start.
You know,
it.
some
Always
people.
felt like I related a little bit to Becky because of how much she would like say the wrong things emotionally.
You know, some people start crying because they get caught, right? They stir shit up and they cry when they get caught, so they don't have to deal with their fucking mess ups. They don't have to deal with their lies. It's a
I need you
deflection
to own
tactic.
it. Can you own it? Own it right now. Don't be like, oh, I've been compared to Becky. No, you are not like Becky. Okay, Becky, like that isn't a horrible comparison. Because
Gar-
Becky purposely, like, she's like, if she could take it, she'll purposely start shit, but she'll try to finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That would make it kind of worse, wouldn't it?
I mean,
Accusations 3.
Darth
I still have
Omega's
proof of the first one.
Darth Omega, since we making claims Billy tried to fly me out for services to pay him in the Pac-Man Krispy Kremes. Dude, whatever, dude. Those were glazed for days, dude. We had a deal.
Wow,
We had a deal.
Billy. Holy shit.
We had a deal. It's just Kay says you can't joke about all this schmexual stuff and then say I'm uncomfortable when people bring this up. Billy was coming from a good place. And I started from a place of saying, how comfortable are you doing all this stuff in the LCU?
I was comfortable at first. I was.
And
I'm not gonna lie.
and-
It was towards the end that it got really bad.
and
Why can't you just admit that you made a mistake? Why are you fighting with it for? Just say, okay, I see the error of my ways. I made a mistake. I really do see it. And then, if people think you're just saying it just to get out of it, be like, no, I lied. I used my words distastefully. I apologize for it. That's not what I meant. I'm sorry that I made into a big thing. But no, she's trying to dig her way, like she's trying to figure some small win, and she's not finding the win.
hey, I'm sorry for that, but I'm not sorry for anything else. Like I literally
what made it bad? Because that's what's confusing me. What was said that made it bad? Let me know.
The man that was saying that he was gonna fly me out, and I remember there was I can't remember word for word everything that was said, but I remember at one point there was I blacked out. Mansley, fly me out.
Yeah, the ticket was offered. If you hit things off with him, there was a plane ticket offered if things went well, so you could go meet him. It was offered to pay for a plane ticket for you. It was a short murmuring.
Saying, like, you're planning
Wait,
ahead.
this is
you are
rewind.
planning
I thought we
like,
preferred
going too
on
far.
sweet tea here.
I'm all out of unsweet tea, Meg, but I'll have a sip of fucking the hooch for you. Cheers, Meg.
What's up, Meg?
Mr. Boom Boom Pow says, well, dolls have potential. I guess Sweet Tea decided to ruin that. We don't know that. Maybe Sweet Tea's a wild card.
Oh yeah, she's wild, all right.
What was that, Brent?
I said, did you see the show today? It was crazy. Today was
Yeah, it was a good show. I loved it.
I couldn't watch it.
Hooligan says, Billy tried to join my relationship in exchange for homemade pizza. That did happen last night in the Discord, but I said non-sexual, and the crust had a mustard pretzel crust. That was really good pizza.
I seen the commercials for that pizza. Was it?
It was homemade. Stop lying.
Oh. They have commercials for a pizza with mustard on the thing.
The Straw Hat guy says, Billy promised me a job if I gave him that Gibby. Look, if you guys keep paying to make accusations against me, I'm going to keep agreeing that I did them. You know that, right? Handstand Design says, save your emotions, Sweet Tea. The internet doesn't care.
Nope.
Tell me about it.
You come here.
Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate
Brutally.
Edition Steam
Oh, shit.
T9H
Oh,
Liz
shit.
FRL and 6W first to redeem gets in Plaza saying chat if you was the one who got it first so PPL know it no scam and you can copy and paste better.
Critical thinking.
Get that code.
Get that code and tell them if you got it. Tell us if you got it in chat. Damn, critical thinking. You got that shit in there quick. Woo! Get that code, guys. Get that code. I read out quick, too.
God, I need another swig. I need a.
I wish I had more alcohol, to be honest.
Oh, poor
I think
Xylee's tapped out.
The place is still open. I can go and get
Xylee,
it.
do you want to run? We got people here. You can get a little reprieve. we
Another hour.
got 3 more hours.
Nah, Brantley's still here. I'm still hanging with my Brantley.
We
How
got
long she got to be here, though?
Sweet
Yeah.
Tea. Here's the thing, Sweet Tea. Here's the thing.
I could give a fuck whether you think it's emotional hell. I just don't want your ass here.
How many more L's? How many more L's do you think you're going to take before you get it?
I'm not sure, Billy.
How do you feel about? 1 second.
So, King Scott offered to help you fly out to meet a potential love interest out of the goodness of his heart cause you've said you're broke many times. And that's what made you uncomfortable. I'm
Yeah.
confused.
King Scott offered to fly you out because you said you're broke many times, and that made you uncomfortable.
It depends on what state you're in, Xylee.
One moment, please. I have to Google something.
That's what made you uncomfortable, right? Is that?
The start of it, yeah. I remember that was the start.
I think what happened was everybody got excited that you seemed to be into him, and everybody started like, "Oh, this could be a thing. We're so excited. This could be a thing." Xylee's excited.
Yeah.
And then I guess because people thought that you were into him, and that maybe you would reach out to him and try and maybe date King Cobra, that was too much.
Probably. I mean,
Can I?
I just realized 1.5 speed Xylee looks so fucking weird. But yeah, just essentially, I just want to see why she leaves. But the thing is that Xylee is really fed up with Sweet Tea, and I could see it. And stuff, and she's not gonna admit that she is kind of into it, but she's not doing so just out of what's morally right. She's just a maniac, and she has no other moves.
I suggest that you let us all on. You got our hopes up.
are you talking to me?
Yeah, you got our hopes up.
For what?
You thought you were going to become King Cobra's girlfriend.
Shit.
Yeah, y'all think cute.
But-
And you know what's crazy? Keem offered to fly me out, and I knew him only online. And look at me now.
But I'll say this, Sweet Tea. When we brought you in there, we expected to treat you with respect, and we didn't want to hurt you. And the fact that it hurt you, that's I'm sorry for that. I am. And
Hey,
the
don't
words you used,
I don't give a fuck.
the words you used, they caused me to react this way, and I am not sorry for the way I reacted. The words you used were piss poor, and you should be more careful.
Why are we not talking about all the comments Sweet Tea been dropping everywhere about niggers?
Whoa, that did not read out the way I thought it would read out. Have you been talking about pantaloons or socks or whatever that word's supposed to mean? Sally, you're muted.
It means underwear in British.
Yeah.
Don't say the word, please.
I wasn't going to, but yeah.
Yeah. Remember things clearly. Choose your words. I'm sorry that you were hurt by the way things went down. I was very careful to try and make sure you were not pressured into any situation you weren't comfortable with. And I won't be thinking of you in the future for funny ideas or interesting matchmaking opportunities. I think that it's better for both
You know
of
that
us.
some of the people in there were they were like horny little dogs screaming.
Hey, if that's what you think, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that's the way you took it. I think we were all just having fun and excited about the potential matchmaking opportunity. I was 100% serious in looking for a partner for a guy that I've long thought deserved love. And seeing the way you act on streams, the first thing I asked is if you were seriously looking for love or partner or relationship. And you answered yes. And I took it from there.
Secure. I would laugh my ass off. That's how I would feel. That's what I would think. I would laugh my ass off. It would be fucking hilarious. What do you mean?
Yeah. There's
What do you mean?
there's so many ways you can take something like this, right? If you know the truth, you can only at best explain the truth to people and then go on from there. You can't become the victim of allegations. You can't let allegations shackle you.
We'll do some PR training.
Can't wait for the next accusation.
Yeah, Sweet Tea, I'm sure this won't be the last time we speak on you or speak to you even. Good luck in the LCU. As I said at the end of that message, I won't be thinking.
I think that's it for now. 1 second. 1 second. Let me just bring this down for a little bit. Okay, cool. Let me turn this off real quick. For the next thing. Let's see. What was the next thing? Actually, give me a moment, because now the boss needs my boss needs me to help him plan a trip somewhere. Give me 1 second, please. I'll be right back. Thank you for being patient, guys. 1 second. Where's the be right back screen? Oh. I need a co-host. Damn it. I need someone to keep the people moving while I get people to while I'm dealing with boss stuff. So I apologize on that. So here you go.
Today, let us go.
Let us go. So I know that you didn't want to talk about it, but people want to know, how do you feel after the whole situation? So real quick, let's look at the accusations that you put out there. You talked about this screenshot. It says here you sent him something. You said, "Hey Billy, I wanted to say something about that voice chat the other day. The way I was asked to record a video to flirt with your friend, and then some guy in the chat suggesting to fly me out to get him laid was really uncomfortable and crossed a line. When I asked if this was basically prostitution, you said you want the job, right? That really shocked me. Whether it was meant as a joke or not, it made me feel like I was being treated more like a pawn than a person, and that's not okay. I came to Locale to work and to contribute creatively, not to be asked, quote unquote, to use my body or sexuality for a job opportunity. That's inappropriate and disrespectful, and I don't want to be part of anything like that. It's not something I can just ignore. I feel like a piece of me to you." And Xylee and Roxy. Why was Roxy brought into this, by the way?
Was the one that originally got me to go in there, and she was talking about it. Him and to me it seemed like they were three conspiring, but
I forget who this person is on the right, top right, but that's Beans, Grimm's X.
I mean, I didn't hear Xylee, but from the first and at the end, she claimed she wasn't there through the middle. So, since I don't know for sure, but I had seen her there at first and at the end, so I thought.
Okay, so like by association, basically.
Yeah, and I mean, it seemed to me like all three of them, but I guess if she wants to not be involved, it's it really was Roxy and Billy mostly. I
Okay.
just heard I was there.
So going back,
So,
it
okay.
says, I got the job without having to entertain you and your friends trying to get King Cobra laid, and I can thank Keem for that. And then Billy responded with, that was definitely not our intention. Sorry you felt that way about it. I thought it would be an awesome match-making opportunity for the both of you. That would happen to be conversation worthy within the LOLcow universe. I mean, he's not wrong. Now that you are using accusatory words like this, I'm going to be taking this public tonight for full transparency. Sorry you again, you took it this way. It was fully explained not to be our intentions. Good luck in the LCU. So at least Billy is giving you full transparency. He told you that he was going to talk about it. So why in the beginning of the episode you said that you hoped that he wouldn't?
When I sent him the message, I hoped that he wouldn't.
Okay.
So wait. Can I just just so we're all
Mhm.
okay? Continue. Just so we're all clear here. You think that Roxy sent you up there? So as if it's like a basketball play, because I got my Space Jam fit on, whatever. So Roxy, she had the ball. She's waiting. She tossed it to Billy. Okay, and you're the ball. Toss it to Billy. Billy juked out, he dribbled a little bit, ran across the court. When he got to the 3-point line, he did a fake out, tossed it to Xylee. Xylee caught that shit, threw, came up, slam dunk, and now you're on dolls. That's what happened.
And that was the move that made LeBron cry.
Yes, and that was a collaborative effort. I love that I'm dressed up like this. I can actually move around without risking a nip slip. This is
Or showing your
Pop
pink
Star
panties.
Unlocked.
I'm never gonna live that down. Just to let you
There's
know.
no pink. Just kidding. Those are shorts. They're shorts. They're boy shorts.
Before you respond, we have Callum with the Australian 39.99. God damn it. Hey ladies, love the show. Dolls is my favorite show. Then second is Live. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I wonder what his favorite part is, and I hope it's not because there are some stuff going around about these other episodes. By the way, let's talk about that real quick before you respond. So we have a membership for cat and dog episode. We have to figure out what animal you are, Sweet Tea, by the way, because if you're part of dolls, you're going to be doing this too. And then the other one, which I don't know if people want it to happen, there's also the swimsuit episode. So for every $20, it's going to go up to the goal. We need 50 in order to do the episode. Sweet Tea, would you wear a one piece or two piece?
You're insensitive. She just got pimped out by Billy. He just got the pimp her. Now you want to pimp her out here in a bikini? Have you no shame? Have you no tact? Wow.
No, actually,
Wow.
I don't.
Wow.
You know what? I'm going to. I'm trying not to. I'm going to double down in the correct way, and I'm going to say yes. She's on LOLcow Dolls. She was placed here. We had goals. We had incentives, and if you're going to be here, you're going to have to do it. Plus, she thinks she's hot anyway. She thinks she's hot shit. Let her show it off. Damn. You see how low confident she is? This is like me after the breakup. I'm just like, no, nobody likes me. Nobody want to be with like little sweet beans, you know? And like now you're like, I feel confident. I feel confident enough to freaking put these two things up on screen. She came in here. She's on Dolls. She's gonna gain that confidence, and maybe there's somebody out there.
First of all, Beans. If you were self-conscious because you broke up with Grim, don't be, buddy. You are way fucking hotter and more lovely than that racist freak is. Number one. Number two, anyone that gets a chance to date you or be friends with you is very lucky. Okay? Just saying. This is me being positive and stuff. And I love how Beans is like, nah, woman, if you're gonna be here, you gotta, pop it for a real one. You gotta do the cat and dog episode and the swimsuit episode. One piece or two pieces, bitch. What's it gonna be? I love Beans is taking tact. I like it.
There who wants to see her dressed up like a animal of some sort or in a bathing suit. Maybe she will get the attention of a lover, and then maybe we can have like a little date going on stream. I don't know.
Wait, Sweet Tea dating show. Sweet Tea, would you like to find your husband in the LCU? Are you done with that? This is up to you. We're not pimping you out. You can say no. We respect women.
Krabby Tiger, which good, my friend. Listen, she is a glazer. How do you think she got really good skin? All that bukkake on her face. It's like, like, she got filled up in all the ways, my guy. Like, yep, mm-hmm. Got that glowy skin because she is a glazer, literally speaking. Yes, sir. Hope you're doing well, Krabby. Hello, Abdavari. I think I fucked up. The Truth, Block Party, Kia, Gia, Kia Cat. I think I said Kia Cat. Callispo, I think she left. Silver Knight, Biscuit Buns. Blessings be upon your family for coming and just watching me just go over more drama. She's missing her front tooth. It looks like too. Listen, sweet tea. Even when her tea looks way better than that shit. She don't look like that much of a crackhead. But let's continue. Sorry.
Women's nose here, Billy.
Sometimes.
I was having fun on all the dating shows that I was doing, but I don't know now. It does. I mean, I probably would need at least a little while to recover from this, but I probably would go back to doing it.
Understandable.
Okay.
But there's a difference. There's a difference between, like, for example, somebody pimping you out and you saying, like, oh, I feel hot and I want to do this, right? There's a difference between being a bad bitch and being a hoe. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is the ball is in your court, okay? That little analogy that Pupstar made about, like, basketball, the ball is in your court.
I did buy a new bathing.
First of all, I want to make this very loud and clear. She was only going to get flown out if her and Cobra was vibing. That's the only way. If at the end of the matchmaking thing, Sweetie was like, nah, he ain't my type, there was no plane ticket to go see Cobra or get down with Cobra. It wasn't going to be like that. If Sweetie was like, I'm really into him, I want to go see him, that's when it was going to be. But now she's acting like she's a, no, you're not, a bad bitch or a hoe or a whore, you're just a retard that can't say words correctly and just wants to make everything a bit kerfuffle. It's not cool.
Suit, so I would be willing to do that. I don't mind doing that.
Okay, that would be interesting.
I was going to ask you guys.
Do you want a one piece? Do you want a one piece? Do you want a two piece? Like, you want like titty time, some tummy time? Like, what do we want?
Normally I wear one piece, but I bought a bikini this time, so I don't know if I'll be comfortable in it or not. I'll probably
up to you, girl. It's up to you. And as for the cat dog, what if we do cat, dog, and mouse? It's like your really trees like Tom and Jerry.
So Bean's supposed to be a dog and you're supposed to be a cat?
Oh no, inverse.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Because I'm Pupstar.
I could kind of see it at Ab. Like, I'm just waiting for her to crash out about pancakes. I'm waiting for her to, grow wrinkles, even though she's mad young. I'm waiting for the white hair, the grouchiness, the bitchiness. So far, Beans is getting there kind of slowly. Very slowly, like evolution. But I see you, buddy. I see you.
So that whole thing is like, people say that our energy is very much cat and dog. So for example, I'm very like, people say black cat energy, like I'm more reserved, a little bit like I'll sit on your lap and I'll purr for you. But when it comes to Miss Pup over there, she's more energetic, she's more out there, she's sort of licking your face. I don't know if I should continue on with these analogies.
Oh, licking your face, crazy.
I mean, do you want to lick someone else? I'm just kidding. No.
For you guys.
Ooh, Big Show, welcome to Cash Cow. And then we
This is so cringy. What
also have I always mess up this guy's name, but Kelmiti. Welcome to Band World for 1 month, and Sweet Tea lost her teeth because she wouldn't stop eating pebbles off of the ground. That's not very nice.
I'm happy to hear from him,
Calamity?
honestly, because he's always screaming or talking in the chat about how he doesn't like me. So I'm pretty.
He's just a hater. It's okay.
Yeah.
Haters, bye. You know, someone told me that I should do. Not someone. Batgirl and Zay were asking if I was going to wear the lipstick like you do, but I didn't want to do that because I feel like my lips are bigger. Someone like Miranda sings. You know Miranda sings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You give me Miranda sings vibes just a little bit.
Oh God. Oh God. But at least she's iconic.
See, there you go. You have the mindset. You take.
Yeah, and the fucking person that created Miranda Sings was a fucking groomer. A weird groomer. So I don't think it's no. Let's stay away from Miranda, Colleen, the fucking side ukulele nonsense. Let's stay away from that stuff. Fuck the iconic stuff. Who cares?
Take it. You make it positive. You feed your ego and you run with it. Because why? What was our affirmation of the day?
You're a bad bitch.
No, who's a bad bitch? Who's a bad bitch? Yes.
Sweet Tea.
Say it.
Sweet Tea's a bad bitch.
There we
Sweet
go.
Tea's a bad bitch. Okay. So we went over that little quip, right? That little screenshot. Let's also go over this video. Why is this part 2 and not part 1?
Do you guys know what Chinese zodiac sign y'all are?
Chinese zodiac
No,
sign?
but I'm not a Scorpio. Beans, what's your zodiac sign?
My zodiac. Okay, normal zodiac.
I think Biscuit, it has something to do with pregnancy. Something with her pregnancy stuff. I could look at my notes real quick. Let me just turn this off. Because I need this to be because I think I have my notes here. It's she recently had her teeth, all her tattoo removed from apparent hair reasons, and in the notes it says it could be because of pregnancy, although she claims, quote unquote. So we have that, but it has something to do with health stuff. Hope that answers your question.
Zodiac sign, I'm a Pisces.
Yeah.
Chinese, because that's the one with the years, right?
Yeah.
I'm a dragon.
I'm. Oh, that's the best one. I'm a rat on the Chinese zodiac sign.
You be a mouse, bitch. What the fuck? Why am I a rooster?
You seem like a rooster.
What did we talk
Another
about?
question. You said I can't bark. You never said I can't cluck.
Bitch, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you picking up your mic and holding it so
Oh.
close to your freaking mouth. Do you know what somebody told me yesterday in DMs?
Because you want to hear it. What'd they tell me? No. Wait. Yes. Leak it.
They told me that we should do a goal to bolt your microphone to your desk.
You can't bolt it because it's on the box that I bought it in.
Well, we can tape it.
I'm gonna pick up the whole box. Please don't tempt me. I will pick up the whole box. No, okay. I just my phone mic. If I have this in my hands, it's like a shiny mic, and then I just talk into it, and I don't touch the real one. So it's like my phone mic.
So real quick, I'm glad that this has taken so long for somebody to bring this up. But we have White Hammer 7878 with the 499. This may be a sore topic, but Beans, how do you feel about Grimm being let go?
Yeah.
What did we do yesterday? What happened yesterday? Pup. You were in Dolls VC with me. We were streaming live, and the entire time that was happening, what was I doing?
She was not rejoicing. She was not celebrating. I mean, she was like, honest to God, can I be honest? You're still making excuses for why he got to where he's at and still being empathetic and understanding that he just shut down. He had just given up, like all these things, So like, you're still being, oop, it's Big Boy Billy. Hey, Billy.
Billy?
Hey.
What is this energy? What happened? Do we have to do the bad bitch affirmations for you too, Billy?
You're in your pajamas. Come on, say, I'm Big Boy Billy.
Don't talk to me like that.
Oh, no.
I'm a good size Billy.
You're lovable size, Billy.
Yes. I want to hug all you in your 6-foot glory, 6'2".
You're allowed one hug, of course.
Mm-hmm.
You're all allowed one hug, but just one.
Just one? You want us to
Just one.
leave wanting more?
Just one hug. You're only allowed one hug.
So why you come up, Billy?
So,
Billy, what's wrong?
you were talking about me.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about the situation that you and Sweet Tea had when in regards to your accusation. We showed the screen.
They were talking about it, but then it went from that to swimsuits to cats to zodiac signs to Grimm. So it was all over the place, and bless Billy for getting things off on track.
Screenshot. We were going to show some clips, but then we got a little bit derailed. So let's actually redirect and talk about the situation again. So Sweet Tea didn't feel like you were going to talk about it, even though you're Rewind and that's your whole job, especially because it's an accusation towards you. Did you guys resolve that issue last night? Did you guys make peace, make amends?
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
it was the best it could have been. Yeah.
Yeah, we decided at the end of it that what happened was a bad thing, and Sweet Tea's feelings got hurt, and it seemed like they got hurt after everything went down. And during the entire conversation, she was playing along with us, and then I guess afterwards she got to thinking about it, and her mood changed. And the way she came about it, accusing me and bringing Xylie's name into it, even though Xylie was only there to say, y'all are still here, and then leave, and adding words that weren't said and things that weren't there, it made it really messy. It made it think that this was a smear campaign against me, which is why I had to go public with it for transparency. Had to give Sweet Tea a lesson that you don't accuse people of things like that, no matter how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think hopefully you learned something, huh, Sweet Tea?
Well, I was hoping since it was a private message, that's not really. But I understand that you felt you needed to defend yourself, especially with the way I phrased some things. But that's honestly God the way I felt at the time, or I wouldn't have said it.
Yeah, your feelings are valid, right? I don't want to invalidate your feelings, but your accusations are worrisome. And your history is also worrisome. Roxy's here. She was
Hey,
there.
Roxy, our special guest of the day, Roxy and Billy too. Hey,
Roxy,
Is it hard to hear me or no?
Yes.
Roxy was a part of all of this. She was there every step of the way. She was the one that brought you in.
Love Roxy.
Yeah.
She was.
I'm gonna save most of this for milkers, but because Billy is up here, I want to make one thing really fucking clear. Okay, Sweet Tea? With
Yeah.
you, I had your back since day fucking one. I went against people that couldn't stand you, knowing I was gonna get the fucking hate I was gonna get because I didn't want to see you be bullied. I wanted to see you be Sweet Tea, the crazy person that says outlandish shit. But when you sit there and accuse, you don't even know the lore of me and Billy and King Cobra. Billy and I truly and deeply care about Josh, about Cobes. Okay? Had anybody else came to me with this idea, I would have shut it down in a fucking second. But because I know how passionate Billy is with King Cobra, with Josh, and I know he wants nothing but the best for him, I thought, okay, great. She's single. He's single. You seem like a really down to earth type of girl that can, be with him. For you to make it seem like we tried to prostitute you, are you fucking insane?
Everything was fine. I thought I was all for it initially, and we were on there for a good 45 minutes. I felt like things got out of control real fast.
How many times did I say Josh takes things very slowly? He would just want to be your friend. He would just want to talk in DMs. You're making it seem like King Scott was trying to fly you out tomorrow to go fuck him.
It sounded like it.
What do you mean it sounded like that? Billy, how many times?
He said if you talk to him and things work out,
Yes.
he would buy your plane ticket to go meet him.
And
You fucking knew,
remember me
Sweetie.
saying,
You
I
knew.
don't want no more babies. That's what it is.
It doesn't, listen, I'm going to say this right, but I'm telling you right now, what you fucking did to me and Billy was so fucking dirty. We both literally at least for me, I was looking out for you. I'm thinking, holy shit, Josh and her can seriously be happy. Like, I talked to the dude on the phone. There's no way in the world I would ever want to hurt a bone in his body. That dude has been hurt so much in his life, from women, from dudes, trolls. I would never want to do that, and I'm sure Billy was the same. That's the only reason why I decided to do that with Billy, because I know Billy's intentions with Josh.
And maybe it was
Shame
the
on
first
you.
15 minutes I wouldn't have felt that way, but being in there as long as I was, it did get weird for me.
So why didn't you text me?
We didn't hold you hostage.
That's what I'm saying. Why didn't
You were talking with us. You were joking with us. You were proposing
why did-
ideas. You were proposing ideas to do this thing. You were like,
Why didn't you
yeah,
DM me?
if I told people I was interested in
my words. I'm done talking about it.
But wait, Billy,
Well, guess what? Guess what?
Billy.
There's nothing you can say because there's no actual excuse, right?
Chat, let's go.
You know you could
Nobody's
DM
gonna
me.
be able to listen to that voicemail.
You could DM me. When you started feeling quote unquote uncomfortable, why didn't you shoot me a DM? Hey, Roxy, I don't like this. I would have said, you know what, guys? No, she don't really want to do this. I thought you were serious. You even said that you
Quick reminder, let's get those likes up, folks. Let's get like, subscribe. Let's do this. By the way, we saw the first video, right? And you saw how forlorn Sweet Tea was. You saw how sad she was. She saw like she was crying at a few points. No, all of a sudden it's a new day, it's a new whatever, right? And it's like she wants, like she got revitalized, she got to her corner, and then she was re-engaged about the conversation again. Like, I thought we all agreed that you made a mistake. If you made a mistake, just leave it alone. Give it up. Who cares? Like, why are we talking about this anymore? You see what I'm trying to say? But again, is it at this point? It's you did this already. You could put your both hands up in the air and be like, "Bro, I'm sorry. Again, it is what it is. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I made a mistake. I didn't choose my words carefully." But she still says she felt uncomfortable. Again, it was only going to happen with a flying out if things were to a point where he needed to get to you two meeting up. If you didn't want to see him, you could have said, I don't want to see him. You weren't being pushed out the door. You could have just said no mas and leave it alone. But she wants to be the fucking victim, and that's not cool. Oh my god, I'm being taken advantage of. Oh my god, I'm being forced to do something I don't want to do. You could just walk away from it. You going on the show, you being tied to Cobra, wasn't going to lead you to have a job.
You're one of the smartest people.
I probably should have.
Did you disconnect? Sweetie, why didn't you leave the call? That's what I want to know.
I honestly, I was so like taken aback, and I didn't want to fucking piss anybody off. I wanted to say and make sure what I was hearing was what I was
You still piss people off.
hearing. Honestly,
I promise you, I am not done with you, ma'am, because I cannot say the words I can say right now because there's kids around. I promise you, I will address this on Milkers, and you are not fucking.
You were playing along with it the entire time.
sitting there,
And then
at first, yes, I
you were contributing to the conversation and the ideas.
What about when I was saying that that I felt like this was a prostitution for hire? What about when I said that?
Cece,
That-
wait. Cece's here.
Put the mic
as a
down.
fan.
Put the mic.
Cece's here as a defense to you. Cece, what do you have to say?
Yes.
Yeah, 5 seconds right to you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, you had your time. She ain't speak. There's not enough room on screen.
Okay,
You talk
wait.
over.
Her thing didn't light up.
Okay. So yeah, the whole idea was if you said the prostitution, we made it very clear. No, it wasn't.
It apparently wasn't that clear. If I was
To you?
this message, yes, I'm the one that it should matter to.
You made this up in your head. We told you. You're going to talk to him for a long time. We want you to treat him well. We don't want you to play with his heart. He's not the type of guy that wants to jump into things. We want you to take it seriously and like get to know him. Don't use him. We were trying to be very careful with you talking to him not for content. We literally were just getting off of the SSO Michelangelo situation, and we were telling you very clearly that we weren't trying to use him the same way SSO Michelangelo felt like he was used. Remember all that conversation?
If that
What's
was
going
all
on?
true, then how was I going to get
What's
a
up,
job for
Outcast?
it?
What's going
I
on?
mean, Outcast King, you jumped on here.
How are you going to get a job? One, I can't give you a job. I can't give you a
Bro,
job. One second,
I'm gonna
Outcast.
turn my camera on.
One second. I can't give you a job, Sweet Tea. I was saying if you were King Cobra's girlfriend, you would be queen. You'd be the new Queen Cobra, and that might make you interesting in the LCU. Me and Roxy were talking about her getting one of her friends to become the new Queen Cobra by dating King Cobra to make her the new co-host of Milkers. And then we were like, you know who's single and literally trying to date everybody in the LCU right now? Sweet Tea. She's on every show doing promiscuous things. Let's bring her in here and see if she's interested in King Cobra. And then we brought you in there and we asked you if you on shows was a serious thing. And you said, yes, I'm single for a while. Every step of the way, we were very careful with you, very forward, and you were giving back to the conversation the entire way.
So real quick, we have Outcast here. I brought him up because in the Discord, he said beans. That's not what happened. She brought up the P word and Billy and Roxy said, no, we are not trying to do that. We are saying maybe you would be a good couple.
Yes, she said, it sounds like you're trying to prostitute me out, and Billy and Roxy both said, no, we are not trying to prostitute you out. We think that King Cobra will be a good match for you, and if things work out, you two will be a great couple together. He in no way said that he was trying to send her to have sex with King Cobra. In fact, Roxy even said he would not even attempt that for at least a month or two. He would have a talk with her first. They would have dialect back and forth between each other to see if they had a vibe and if things would work out. And then King Scott joined in, and he said, listen, Sweet Tea, you're saying that you don't know how things would work out if you two hit it off because you two are so far away. I'll tell you what, if you two talk for a while and you end up hitting it off and you want to meet, I will pay for your flight there for the content and give you my dollar, my dime. I'll have you meet him because if it really works out and if you two become a couple, I want to help you. That's what he said. She's a bald-faced liar. She's manipulating the entire situation into something it wasn't. And quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of seeing the accusations being pulled around by her over this. She sits there on the Discord, lies her ass off, tries to bring up CD-ROM and how cool CD-ROM thinks she was to try to make King look good. She finally gets a job in the LCU after agreeing to everything, saying that she was a fan of King Cobra and she liked him, just to turn around and spit in Billy's face and accuse him of what she did, and King Scott for offering to pay her for her flight. And now she's sitting here still double downing on it. I'm done with her. Everybody, if you do any business with Sweet Tea, always keep a receipt on her because you don't know when she's going to stab you in the back. I'm done with you too, Sweet Tea. I'm out.
And that's why I couldn't stay in the DM, Sweet Tea. Because you were
I'm so
accusing
happy.
me of something heinous.
And you
When
acted
all
like
we
I
were
was
doing was
so
trying to
happy about
matchmake.
it, Billy. But he even said that the prostitution. Me saying I feel like you guys are trying to prostitute me for hire. He even
And we
said
said
that happened.
no right then and there. You said
you
we
said that
told
I was
you
all for
wasn't.
it the whole time. Does that sound like something a woman that was all for it would say?
Well, when we told
My God, this bitch. Like, again, when Zali, I guess if you don't have Zali there, she has her fucking pussy all tight and her clit all raised up. Outcast is saying it, Billy was saying it, Roxy was saying it. Everyone was saying it. What sense does it make to push you, Sweet Tea, to go meet with Corporal or willy-nilly? That's weird. And again, why would Billy want to do something so fucking stupid when he gave Grim and Nightmare a hard time about the Michelangelo stuff? Like, you're not thinking clearly, Sweet Tea. I bet you push these things. Maybe that's why. Maybe you push these things so badly and maybe it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all, Sweet Tea. Because no one this crotchety is going to, like, have such a hard on for this stuff. It was dead. It last on Rewind. Now you want to have big balls about this shit. And now you're just, you're trying to double down. This is not going to work. This is pathetic. You are pathetic. Just admit you fucked up. Admit but you don't want to because now you have your backup with you. I mean, they're not really doing anything for you, but you have backup. You don't have Zali screaming in your ear like a fucking old-ass siren. But, like, bro, you fucked up. Just say it.
told you it wasn't and you kept going. You could have left after that if you weren't interested in the conversation. We thought when you brought that up, us saying no, definitely not. You're like, oh, okay, yeah. Like it's that simple, right?
We got someone here. Emi, go on. Emi, my I pick Nightmare. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
So
Forgot how to work day than me yesterday.
real quick. So we have Peg Marma Leg with the 499. He's a time bomb, ticking time bomb.
Ticking time bomb.
I just want to ask a quick question to Sweet Tea, if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Like, okay, Sweet Tea. I mean, this with all due respect, but did you pull this publicity stunt because you saw the attention, well, not the attention, but the the way that SSO was put into the public field due to the situation with our fuck up? Did you feel like, well, he got a lot of notoriety for his become like a host, so if
No.
I do it,
I had already
now get me in the
told
field?
I was going to be a host before I even
It
sent
just-
that to Billy.
It just sounds fishy. You know what I mean, dude? Like, it just,
No.
like, me and Billy found our differences, but I can't imagine he would try and prostitute someone on a fucking VC.
The timing is perfect, right? I always call it out in the LCU. Things happen in like pairs. We had the panty shots happen with Pupstar and Desi on the same day.
That's true.
It's so funny.
That is. I don't even wear panties personally. So
No.
I'm glad you
You
wore some
did
that
that day.
And I'm wearing them right now, and they're pink.
I don't know if my camera's working.
Your camera.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah.
They just want to say hello real quick.
Oh,
Oh, you got double doggies?
Double dog.
There's three of them.
They're
Also, I
like-
got my chest stabbed today.
Oh my god.
It's
What is
really
that?
painful.
That
you
looks
said
beat up.
in,
You're wrong.
in the Discord, you said that you give mad respect to Buff Weeb because it was so painful.
Fucking right. Dude, he went towards a nipple. I said, please don't tattoo the nipple. He goes, I'm not going to tattoo the nipple today. And then just started laughing. Like, my artist is an actual fucking psychopath. Like, he is fucking insane. He likes people being in pain. That's why he went into the field. It wasn't due to talent.
Oh,
That's how I feel about surgeons.
that's how you feel
I
about
think
what?
surgeons.
Surgeons?
I think that they all have to have like a little bit of like sadism in them to actually do the job.
It is.
I don't think it's sadism. I think it's a god complex.
I don't
I
think
think
it's,
it's
no,
association.
it's not a god complex. It's a fascination, and like it's interesting to see the lack of reaction to like blood and stuff because it's really everything is just red. When you cut up a body, it's just all red. You can't really make anything out. But it's interesting because you should have a natural reaction to be opposed to like the gore that you're seeing.
Yeah, there has to be something different with their brain.
Duly noted. Never piss off Pupstar.
Yeah, how,
Like,
Yes, I'm gonna dissect you. I'm gonna give you a laminectomy. I'm gonna cut up into your spine. I'm gonna open it and fillet it and remove your spinal cord and take your DRGs and put them in tubes.
That night that after
Yeah, dude.
we were on the VC, I had the worst nightmare I've ever had in my life. I woke up.
no, you keep me on this one. I've had enough today. I've had enough publicity. Thanks, VT. Appreciate you.
Wait,
did you
I've got
wake up?
questions. I'm off now.
Or is
Okay?
a, is
You guys
a
have an amazing show. Take
Later,
care.
Nightmare.
nightmare? Thank you so much.
Bye.
So wait, did you wake up or is a nightmare still continuing? Wake up, sweetie. Wake
It
up.
might have been. Yeah, hell, for all I know, I
Wait,
probably.
sweetie. This is the double show. So I want to ask you just a really important question here. So you said that you didn't want. I'm not gonna touch mine. You said you didn't want to leave because you're so taken aback and appalled. You were shocked. Is it safe to say that you felt? Fuck, I can't lock in. Did you feel safe in that moment, in the presence of Billy, virtually, him in all his glory?
Understand the question. Did I feel like Billy was gonna jump through the screen and kill me? Is that what you're trying to say?
But did you feel safe with your device and your microphone and that disconnect button right there? Did you feel safe, or did it mean nothing that this was all virtual? That you could have left.
I don't know.
I think
I don't know how to
I think
do that.
something that we
think
are
probably-
not really addressing is that okay, this is Discord. Obviously, this is all virtual. Obviously, like Billy is a big jokester and things like that. But when it comes to you and your actions, you do not take a lot of accountability. And we discussed this yesterday. We got in a very heated discussion about it. And then you continue to do so. So you say things and you think that nobody is going to say anything or bring it up on stream because you called him out. You just thought that he was going to leave it alone, especially saying that he was pimping you out.
If someone came to me with what I had told him, which was basically just me saying that I didn't feel comfortable with the whole thing, I'm not going to be part of it, and saying I've got a job anyway. So if that was the point, I felt like what I said.
Do you realize when you come at me with a message so full of falsehoods, I have to feel like you're doing some sort of a smear campaign? I have to feel like there's
You
either,
have to, Billy. You don't have to do anything.
trust me, I have to think that there's something fishy going on. The fact that Xylee wasn't even in there, because every time she would
the first and the end, Billy.
stop, she left because you were in there.
Well, there-
She came back to say, you guys are still in here, and then she left again. You accused her of being a part of this when she was
Yeah,
only in there
private
long enough to leave.
In a private message with you. Anything but made public.
Not
anything-
private, not private.
You, not me.
Accusations aren't private.
Wait, but I have a question. I want to pose another question.
It wasn't an accusation, Billy. It was me saying that I felt uncomfortable. I felt like I was disrespected, and I'm not doing anything for it.
Prostitution and casting
I said
couch
that in there.
allegations.
Hashtag couch. Wait, hashtag virtual victim. But I understand. No, let me pose this question to you. It is a very strong question. So, given the fact that you were already a host now when this message was sent, as you
It gave me the
said-
strength to send that message, honestly.
So, I'm so glad that the dolls liberated you. And I hope this liberates other women out there who may be potential victims of e-prostitution to come forward. But back to the question I want to ask you. So,
Okay, if you're gonna say a joke, make it more obvious that it's a joke because you sound like you're for real. You know how stupid that fucking sounds? E-prostitution. Bro, turn off your computer. But real quick, Stan, real quick, pop down, sit, sit,
virtual victims.
sit.
Virtual victims. She's a
Stan
virtual
3000, member for 1 month, Banworld, thank you so much. Ending one of King Cove's legendary dry spells would
This woman's a fucking retard. Pop star. She's a fucking weirdo. The fuck is she on?
be an honor. Popstar? Beans? Any takers? Would you do it, Popstar?
Would I do what?
Would you be with King Cobra?
You know what? Given light of the situation, I'm very happy with Jedi as well. So I take my 2 steps back I'm gonna pass that. Hold on. I'm gonna pass that to you, Shawty.
Well, here's the big tell. Based off of one, the message itself, I no longer recommend you to King Cobra. I think that you're a terrible fit for him. I don't think you're a good girl anymore. I thought you were a good girl and thought you'd be a good fit for him, and I was going to recommend you as a matchmaking opportunity. And I no longer think you're a good girl.
A good girl.
No, I really thought you would be. I thought you'd be a good girl.
If you kept your
No,
mouth
I thought
shut.
you'd be. I thought you would have been a good hookup for him. But two.
It's the way you said it the whole time like that. You kept saying, I want to get him laid. I want to get him laid.
That was after I was talking about. That was after I was talking. This is after like we were done proposing the idea because we had already figured out that maybe you'd be interested. I had said I've been trying to find a hookup for King Cobra for years. I've always wanted this guy to like find love. I said
Really? And
for years.
I didn't feel comfortable with it. What more can we say about it? Like, honestly.
We can say a lot more actually because
You're
you
gonna get
accused me
gaslighting
of prostitution and casting couch allegations.
Wait. So him, real quick, Bridges live with the 5. I feel liberated. Thank you so much. We'll liberate you as much as possible. So when it comes to this, you say that he keeps gaslighting you. Do you feel like people are gaslighting you when all they want is a little bit of accountability? All he's saying is, I don't think you should have said that you shouldn't have made the accusation to begin with. And if you ever felt uncomfortable, you need to speak up. The thing is, whenever you're faced with adversity, whenever you're faced with a problem, what you do is that you shut up and you act like a good girl, and then you go somewhere else, and then you want to accuse people or you want to talk shit, and then you come back, and then people have a problem with you, and all you want to say is you're gaslighting me.
Much more I can
You
say about
gotta
it. I
make
didn't.
your own business to stand on. You stand on it when it comes to you in the moment.
And then my
And-
problem isn't even that. My problem is that you come here and then you sit there very quiet and you're like, well, I have nothing to say. You're going to twist my words
That
anyway.
last
You know
night,
what that
you
reminds me of?
said-
What happened last night? You want to continue doubling down? You want to continue sitting there and act like you're detached? It's going to come back and it's going to bite you in the ass. Everybody in the Discord is over here saying that you need to stand up for yourself. It looks like people are dogpiling you just because you don't stand up for yourself. You come in here and you gave me low energy. You have to come in here like a host. Somebody's calling you out. You have to bark back. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You have to come in here and you have to give 110%. Bark for me. Bark for me.
It matter in my eyes.
She gave you big dog right there. You acting chihuahua right now.
That's a big dog.
I'm not gonna make a big show out of it because it really did hurt me.
Sweetie,
Well, I'm sure it hurt you, but you know what else hurt me?
Wait.
Me privately messaging you, that really hurt, Billy.
Yes.
There we go. Stand on business. Stand on business.
What really hurt me is that you didn't speak up during the conversation.
I said this is prostitution for hire. I said other things similar to that too. I made it clear how I felt about the situation in the moment.
Not
too.
clear at all because you were contributing to the conversation.
What kind of person would overlook someone stating that? That they feel like they're being a prostitution for hire? How could you ever overlook someone saying that?
We
Just keep
didn't
going.
overlook it. We very clearly spelt out that we were looking for a serious matchmaking opportunity
And I
to
make
be a
clear that's how I
serious
felt.
girlfriend.
So wait. Let me pose another question. Sweetie, what do you think in your heart? What would make you feel like there has been some restitution? Shall we burn Billy at the stake? That's a lot to burn. Love you. Shall we?
I will burn the shit out of you. You talk like that.
All I wanted to do
No! Don't come for me next. Wait. I'm Switzerland. I'm a neutral third party.
You will be Swiss
pretty good
cheese.
to be neutral.
Billy's okay, that's a good one. He goes Swiss cheese. But, can we do that? Is that big?
All you have to say is we can acknowledge that you felt uncomfortable, okay? Do we think that you
That's
should have
all I
just
was trying to
left?
say. That's all I was trying to say to him. I want to express my feelings and say that I'm not up for any more of these shenanigans. That's all I wanted to come across as.
Okay,
You just
so-
want to be heard.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's fine. But you need to say, I did feel uncomfortable. I privately messaged you. I can't talk right now. But do I think what I said was wrong? I should not accuse you of something so heinous.
I don't
Keep
feel like
it simple.
anywhere I really accused anybody of anything serious.
You
If I thought it was super
Put in-
serious, I would have probably said something publicly about it. Or
Wait. But you just said that someone. You just said that quote. We shouldn't overlook someone saying that they felt that they were prostituted and uncomfortable.
in the
And then
moment,
two
he shouldn't have
months
overlooked me.
later-
Just because I'm uncomfortable, it's not breaking
you
the
just said
law.
It wasn't that serious, ma'am, madam. One more
It's not
question.
breaking the law.
If it wasn't that serious, then why are we sitting here on this panel right now because you DM Billy because you felt some way?
Me feeling okay. That when I said that about the prostitution for hire thing, I was saying it's because he said that at no point did I act like I was uncomfortable with this. I was uncomfortable with it. It's not breaking any sort of law. It's not a crime. What they did or what I did. You know, so
It's not.
it's not that serious because it's not against the law. I felt
Okay.
uncomfortable. I didn't feel like I should be put in that situation, but that's as deep as it goes.
when you want to approach me with your feelings next time, which I doubt you will because I'm not
Yeah.
going to ever get close to you again
Thank
like
God.
this.
She said, "Thank God."
But when you're
For
dealing
real.
with someone else in the LCU, don't put all these extras on it. You know, your memory doesn't work very well. You're not very perceptive. Put Xylee in this for no reason. You added on things like you want the job, don't you?
It's something
In
weird.
quotes. And then you said, yeah, I didn't know exactly what you said, so I just put it in quotes, which is the opposite of what quotes are.
Whatever you said in that moment, like my brain almost turned off because I was so shocked. So that's why I can't.
And maybe you're not built for this world because you're making it messier. You're making the content.
Me privately
you
coming
know
to you
that,
with my
right?
feelings is not making it messier.
Don't
Billy.
say
You
private.
know
Don't say private.
it was private.
Real
You
quick.
came at me with some cross stuff, name
I
dropping
didn't like the
people
nude.
who
I
weren't
tried
part
to-
of it. It looked sus as fuck.
Okay.
You're sus. That's the problem.
So because Puffstar brought in these people without asking first, hey Cece, hi Heart, do you have anything to say before we move on with the
Heart
topic?
always has great questions for Sweet Tea.
She does.
No,
That's why
I just wanted to show I just wanted to show Sweet Tea something. If you're ever feeling uncomfortable online, this is all you have to do.
Exactly.
The bitch that told me to wear nude lipstick.
See, I knew it. I knew she was gonna cook. She
Listen,
cooked so hard.
She's the one that I believe she's the one that told me to wear nude lipstick on here to not draw attention to my mouth, and I did, and it drew more attention, so I put back on my dark lipstick.
So she tries to help you, and immediately you double down. You're like, "Isn't this the bitch that told me to wear nude lipstick, and it actually did something bad?"
I'm not gonna lie. The lipstick before was better. She kind of ate. Also, ma'am, Cece, do you have anything to say, madam? Or
yes, I do. A lot to say, actually.
Okay,
This is
go
not
ahead,
the
girl.
first time she's done this. She was accusing Diley of doxing, and I don't believe for 1 second she doesn't understand what that word means, because she's been around on this internet long enough to know. And even after it was cleared up and made crystal clear that that is not what she did, this one is still standing 10 toes down, making that accusation. You don't do that to somebody's career. And then you want to keep it private? You accused him of prostituting you. That's not a private conversation, sweetie. That is against the law. If you were uncomfortable, then you should have left. You don't get to sit there and play along and smile. And everybody in that VC was checking on you repeatedly asking if you were okay, making sure you were good, making sure you understood it. Not this was in fun. They were putting you down. They checked on you repeatedly for you to.
People don't understand the beauty, the genius of the disconnect button. You don't need to be in fights with people online. They're not your. Who cares? Unless these people are giving you money, business opportunities, hosting privileges, or they're offering to suck your pee-pee or your clit, you don't owe them anything. Friendship? What friendship? Friendship is not fighting publicly online. Okay, if you don't feel comfy, if you don't want to do the Irish goodbye, which is just leaving, right? Just be gone. Just fuck it. Who cares what people say? People's opinions of you change like the fucking wind. They do. One moment you could be the biggest piece of shit in the world, and the next one you could be so sought after. Oh my god, I hate you, Huggy, versus I love you, Huggy, or can I be, oh Huggy, you're so cool, can I be on you on this, or can I be on that? When people need something from you, they change their tune. Always remember that. So don't be afraid of the disconnect button. It doesn't hurt you. It saves you.
To come out of left field and do this to anybody's character. I don't care who they are. Anybody's character. You're wrong. If you felt uncomfortable, that's a different story. Your feelings are valid. If you didn't like it, you have every right to stand up for yourself.
That's
but
what I
you
did.
malign people's characters.
That's
You
what I
don't
did.
do that.
It's true. That's what I did. I like to stand up and say that I felt
breaking
uncomfortable.
news to Pupstar. Breaking news to Pupstar. You're 30?
No, I'm 28.
How the fuck you can eat prostitute at 28? Tighten up, Sweet Tea. Tighten up right now. You're LARPing. This bitch is LARPing. Get her off the panel right now. This bitch is LARPing. Get her off the panel.
She's a host. We can't get her off. Thank you so much.
She didn't get e-prostituted. She thought her way into a fantasy of being e-prostituted, by the way.
I'm sorry.
When we told her that she wasn't being prostituted, instead of taking our word for it, she went and mulled it over and then accused me of being prostituted later.
No, I agree. No, you were not e-prostituted. No. Because now I'm shook, because you're telling me you were a 28-year-old born-again virgin with a whole ass child that somehow you popped out without ever having sex, and now you're being quote-unquote e-prostituted by Billy the Fridge on the LCU. Girl, that's a LARP. You're LARPing. You're LARPing. I don't care. You're LARPing. It's LARP.
This is why
you're smirking. You've been smiling this whole time. I've been watching you. You've been smiling.
So?
Put on a happy face.
That's right. You gotta always keep smiling.
And put on lip gloss every 2 seconds. But real quick, how about you shuffle some magic cards too? So the other thing is, it's about to be 1 o'clock. I want to get into some actual content. I feel like this is going to go nowhere. This is just some regular.
Wait, please. I'm not shit. I'm not being ageist. I'm not shit. You can be a victim at any age of anything. Yes. But I'm just saying there's just no way that she's feigning this level of innocence when she has, fine, fuck the kid. But there's no way you're feigning this level of innocence when you're a full-grown adult who's been on the internet for Lord knows how long. You know the term doxing. You know all this shit. You're not some new, you're not a fucking new 17-year-old, 19-year-old, 20. You're not like some young kid popping on the internet who's been abused by Billy. And girl, just as Hart said, you could have disconnected from the call. You could have told everyone to shut the fuck up. You could have stood on business. But no, you chose to let whatever it was happen. And even then, what are they going to do? Are they going to hold you hostage? Are they going to send, is Keemstar going to send agents to come to your house and kidnap you in the sleep with all your toothless glory and take you to fucking Mr. Cobra? Is that no? So there was no way that this could have panned out anyways. Like, you are LARPing. You're a LARPer. You're a bold-faced LARPer. I know people like you. That's why you're sitting here smiling. This is all for content.
So,
No,
You're making no sense. Okay. So real quick, it is 1 o'clock, and I do want to close this out to get to the actual content. Let's just finish this off with, it gets really hard to know what to joke with you about whenever you yourself make those jokes. So for example, when you go on shows and you start becoming very sexual, you start shaking your little booty for people. Whenever you talk very sexually, when you talk about corn that you watch, you are pushing. You are pushing in
You have to
line.
say yourself that that does not in any way coincide with what happened. What I said happened.
Okay, well, no, sweetie, let me help you as someone younger than you on the internet who has somehow got this through my head. If you come up here and you sexualize yourself to the level that you have done so, and people make sex jokes about you, you can't be fucking mad. If I get up here and I shake my ass and people go, "Pop star, make it clap again," well, I can't be fucking mad that they're sexualizing me because I shook my ass on stream and I have to live with that. But
to be fair, we weren't even making jokes. We were just suggesting if she was actually looking for somebody.
And
we suggested if she was interested in King Cobra, and we asked her if she knew who he was, and she said yeah. And we said if you're at all interested in this guy, I think it would be great character development for you in the LCU to date him for real. Imagine if you were Queen Cobra. That might put you in a position of interest in the Lolcow universe. We think it would be interesting. We would watch you if you were Queen Cobra. Imagine Roxy would want you as a co-host on Milkers and push you on Milkers if you were Queen Cobra. That would be awesome.
It seems to me that you like plotting, but your problem, Sweet Tea, you don't like when people plot on behalf of you, and it pisses you off because you feel like you don't have a stake in the game. Because this whole thing, following you there was no reason for you to get your host role and then go talk to Billy. Because you said, I think you were trying to rub it in his face.
But circling back. The thing that I meant about the whole joke situation is that the viewers were chiming in. They were making some sexual jokes in the comments because I do remember seeing those.
To tell Billy that.
Okay, but that's not Billy. You're putting everything on Billy, just like how you put everything on Xylee. Xylee does not like you. She does not like you. She left that VC because she doesn't want to be even around you.
Yeah.
And you are putting not only Xylee but Billy and Roxy in this bubble, and you think that because other people comment that they are also associated with that. You need to separate. People actually wanted you to have
They were talking before I got in there, and they were talking after I got in there, and while I was in there. Billy, you were the head of this whole thing. If I was uncomfortable, I thought I could come to you, let you know, and tell you that I don't want any further.
You know what you could have done? It's just not gone further with it. It was always up to you.
That's fine. Okay, whatever.
We weren't
I heard
controlling
myself,
you.
but I was telling you in that message.
There we go.
I don't want to do it any further.
Stop talking. Just say what you just said again. I hurt myself. You hurt yourself.
I know that it's probably me. But I privately messaged Billy.
No, not probably. I'm not gonna let you run by this.
No.
You just said again.
No,
Oh my god, she doesn't want to take responsibility. It was you, you fucking retard. Again, when people are trying to, even towards the end, she's trying to not take responsibility. Like, I think she kind of did it in the first video. Then she still does it towards up until this point, where now she's like, probably I hurt myself. Probably. Like you didn't need people like this as a host. No. Like you get her off here. She does no pop. She does no pop. Like, no.
there was things that were going on that
Sweetie, Sweetie. My life right now is not very good. Personally, not very good. Am I happy with what's happening in the LCU? No. And then this morning I woke up, got on Discord, and everybody's DMing me about some person in the Discord that's trying to spread rumors about me. This one person wants to talk about my relationship that just recently ended and wants to say that I was cheating on Grim, that I was a hoe, amongst other things. Other people want to go to bat for me. What do I tell them? It doesn't matter. Because nobody's going to believe this person. Plus, this person is just going to run their mouth because they want attention. Am I going to go in there and give them that attention? No, because then they're going to continue. People are going to say shit. It's your autonomy. It's your decision to give attention to that person. Because once you do, it's going to continue. These people that watch you, the people that watch the show, they're going to say some shit. But it depends on you if you're going to engage. And you can't associate the viewers with the host. Because sometimes things happen with the viewers that you cannot control and the host cannot control. They can try to say something, but these people also have their own autonomy. There's going to be people that are going to say some shit. But it's your responsibility to not give a fuck, honestly.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like we're missing the biggest fact is the fact that okay, no, I'm gonna out you today.
I explained to Billy that I probably part my feelings, so it's not a big thing. We already know.
Sweetie, you should have tried this on any other show with anyone else as a host except for me. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, girl. I said this on Cap this morning, like you're LARPing, and I'm gonna let it be known that you're LARPing because this is why I believe that you're fucking LARP. Because you know what? You waited until after you got the host role to go talk about something that happened that transpired the day before that made you uncomfortable that Billy quote unquote did to you, and then you ended that with, and I can thank Keemstar for that. What you were trying to do, you have star syndrome in the sense of you think that you are more important than you actually are, and you lack a level of humility that's going to get you through being on the fucking internet. You're going to be brutally humble because the shit has happened to me. It happens to the best of us. You are not hot shit the way that you think you are, and you thought you were because you thought that somehow Keem had favored you, but what you don't understand is, Sweet Tea, this is a Lolcow universe. People are laughing at you more than they laugh with you, and you need to learn that fast. Because we wouldn't be fucking sitting here if not.
Good speech.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mama.
So real quick, we have Buttsmack ASMR with the 2 saying the lighter lippy looked better on Sweet Tea. We have Stan 3000 with the 199. Sweet Tea missed out on one of Co's famous Bog Ritos. And then we also have Kinda Cool Greg with the 499 saying never confuse the viewers and the host.
Super chat is $20.17. You
Probably
tell her
from my
Beans and
problem,
Billy you look
understand that now.
tired.
You tell her Beans and Billy you look tired. I think he's tired of all the drama that's been happening. It's been a very eventful week, and right when we thought it was going to die down, it just started right back up. It's a roller coaster here.
It's never gonna stop. There was a question in your chat from Granny's Watching. Granny's Watching says, here's a question. Would you say the same to any other LCU host, Billy? What I said wouldn't work on an LCU host because even Sweet Tea herself, when she was in there talking, she posed the question, Billy, why didn't you offer this to Beans? And that's when I was wondering if Sweet Tea maybe was wondering why we offered it to her. So I gave her an answer right there. And I said, well, Beans already is a host, so she's not looking for a position. I thought since we're looking for someone to date King Cobra here in this scenario, we'd offer it to who seems to be the most eligible person in the LCU looking for a host position.
And I deserve a man of a higher caliber. Speaking of which, CD, how's it going? I want to be very respectful of your time because I know you stepped away from your desk. Do you have anything
Hey,
to
I
say?
did. Hey, I did. Hello. How are the LCU's bestest beautiful women and Billy doing today?
Great.
How are you, King?
I'm doing great, actually. Billy, I have a question for you. You consider yourself a man of culture, yeah?
Yeah.
The culture.
Cool. So, I've always, you've been giving me and Glammy some great advice since we started, and I greatly value your opinion. So I really needed to know, when you take into consideration a classy lady, where would you go if I were to say the choices are between Italian, Mexican, Korean barbecue, Japanese? I'm having a hard time deciding.
Korean barbecue.
Dominican.
Dominican? Ooh, that's exotic. Why?
She's Dominican.
Ooh.
Really, bro.
That's a good point.
And I'm not talking about dinner.
Beans, you would pick Korean barbecue, wouldn't you?
I've never been to Korean barbecue actually.
That's why you would pick it.
Because it's a new experience. It's kind of like hot pot. So whenever I was with someone
never had
else,
it either.
Exactly. So maybe we should go on a date. I'm just kidding. So whenever
Korean barbecue is really good.
Whenever I was with the other person, it is Pride Month. Whenever I was with the other person, we never went to Korean barbecue because he felt like, why would I go somewhere that I have to cook myself? But it's like an experience, kind of like a little party.
It's really fun. It's really good. Korean barbecue is very good. It's very fun.
It's exciting.
Ooh, all right.
And
I like
and
it. I'm gonna
while
write it
you're
down in my book.
cooking, you're talking, you get to see each other's actions, you get to feed each other. It's very intimate, very fun.
Ooh, that's right. You're bringing up all the right reasons.
And you leave
Ooh.
smelling like meat, so you have good reason to take your clothes off when you're back at the house.
Oh, see, Billy, I knew this is why you were full of good information. I knew you were the right choice to ask this question. Thank you, Billy. I really appreciate it. Beans, who's messing with you, girl?
Who what?
Who's messing with you?
I am going to keep my decorum. I am also going to keep my opinion of I will never try to bring up a viewer or a fan or just somebody who is not involved in the LCU as a host because it is not right. So
you heard what she said. You heard she said we right at dawn, go find them and bring their hound to steak. Thank you.
Absolutely not. So the thing is, these people don't matter. They just want attention. I tried to go into this VC where this person was at. I was trying to have a very adult conversation. The moment that I stepped in, they left. So if you want to be a pussy, you don't want to be an adult. I know you have a very important job. I know that you are trying to get a very important career. If you feel like you can act this way, like a child, and go into a field like that, you are very, very mistaken. So I believe that you should woman up, and you should collect your bearings, and you should have a conversation with me like an adult, and keep my name out your fucking mouth.
We should get serious, y'all. Don't get fired out and end up on your ass.
Oh, you hear all that? You dadgum, gold darn, gone, plum, gone, did it now, son.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that was bad.
You got called out in the most respectful way possible because we know how the internet is. And real quick, if I call some dogs on you, you're going to get eaten alive. So be thankful, be grateful, and be happy that I am a woman, I'm an adult, and I know how to handle my shit unlike you.
What are those dogs gonna? What are those dogs gonna sound like if Beans calls them on them?
There we go. Don't play.
And that's how you need to act, Sweet Tea. So whenever you are faced with something like that, you just got to stand on business and be your own woman. And that's how people are going to respect you. Because if you just hide and you want to play victim, it's only going to look bad. But if you stand on business and you stand on somebody with your high heels on, people are going to like that shit.
High heels.
Louis Vuitton, Red Souls, make them lick it.
Anybody else sweating? Oh, is it hot in here?
Dude, I swear to God, I've never heard a more classy statement in my life. My mind was blown when you were talking.
Yeah, Sweetie, take notes the next time you address Billy.
Yeah, that was great. That was so classy and elegant and like.
Baby, I'm dressed like you today. I don't have to be classy. I'm in the LARP.
All right, Beans, hey, that was pretty fire. You can crash out to me privately any day you want, girl. I'm leaving. Bye-bye.
What a sweetheart. What a sweetheart.
Beans, I can't wait to see the children the two of you produce. They are going to be so cute. They're going to be running around like spitting off random facts. They're going to be telling you guys facts you already know, and you're going to be like, "Oh, that's great. That's great." They're like, actually, did you know that in 1995? That's good. Like, that's great. You were not even, I wasn't even alive then, you little psycho. Why are you telling me this? Did you find an almanac? What's wrong with you?
An almanac. But again, I do want to continue into the actual content that we were planning on doing. And now that you're in a little bit of a better mood since CD came in, Sweet Tea, because I saw you smile. You changed your tune fairly quickly when CD came in.
He does make me happy. He's
You girl, you wiped that lipstick off so quick. She said, so quick.
That's probably
We'll get you some dentures, girl. We'll get you some dentures. Don't go. If you want her to wear dentures of our choosing, donate.
Well, they're not dentures. So we actually did talk about this
They
at
will
one
be
point. We
dentures.
said
Would
we
you
should
wear
have a
dentures?
goal. Sweet Tea. I mean, Jesus Christ. Now I'm going to have to. I'm like a mom who has like multiple children. And when she starts yelling at them, she goes through like all the names, and yours is obviously going to be last because they. Anyways, but Pup, we did talk about this. Somebody said we should have a dono goal for Sweet Tea to wear joke teeth.
I don't know if they fit in my mouth. They probably like scratch at my gums, but I
was thinking like vampire teeth. You know, like the ones that you get for
Yeah.
Halloween. I think that would.
That's what Twiggy said that in the Discord the other night. I could try to find some, but
You get a pair of false teeth for like $100 that look really good.
I
We
don't
talking-
say blah, blah, blah.
What are you talking about?
You can get some nice false teeth for $100. They're just not functional. They look good though.
Oh,
could that be part of your makeover? Fake teeth?
They told me that the what's it called, the fake ones that you get before your real ones, the temporary dentures were $1,400, and I didn't have it, so I have to go back in 6 months, and then they'll do a mold, and I can come back 3 more times. So I don't know how long that would take after that 6 months, but so it's gonna be a while before I have teeth.
It's going to be a while, but I think in general you can get there, especially if you work on dolls and you put your 110%. We just got to break you down a little bit so we can build you back up, right? So there were some people in the Discord that actually care about you and said that they care about you. They want you to have something in your mouth because if you don't, you know, the muscles in your jaw and everything of the sort will degrade over time, and that can be even worse. So
they said that it's better that I didn't have the temporaries for 6 months, so my muscles would be strong having to chew food.
Oh boy. Okay. So there's one more thing. Okay, and I appreciate everyone coming in.
There's your hot tip.
So there's a locale live. Okay, and now we get part 3 of this debacle.
Have a good night.
She agreed to what?
She agreed to what?
She agreed to go on a date with him.
What? Like an internet date? Or are they going to be in real life?
No,
What's
a
going
date. He legitimately said that he would have to get. He called it like public transport fare when he meant fly. So it made it sound like he's like, I'm gonna take the bus.
I'm sorry, hold on.
Well, we can hear you. We can see you perfectly fine. It's fine.
Hi, guys.
So, Sweet Tea,
Hello.
what happened yesterday where you were accusing Billy the Fridge of using your body as
God.
like a tool for his friend to pleasure with?
Who's his friend?
I did
Keem?
feel.
King Cobra.
I did feel.
No
really,
fucking way. Carry on.
I did feel the way I felt, or I wouldn't have messaged it to him. And
You know, I realize Rastov looks like the very bulbous, jolly version of Dog the Bounty Hunter. I am the dog, the big bad dog. Except without the mustache and the racism.
I didn't want it public. I really didn't.
Glue! 20 bucks!
That motherfucking
Why?
Dude,
Why?
Am I in,
So grateful, but why?
bro, am I in Pearl Harbor? I'm getting bombed. Wait, fuck, I can't say that shit. I just fired myself.
Sweet Tea, can I be honest with you? I know Billy the Fridge very well, okay? He is a friendly guy. You know what he was trying to do? He was trying to hook you up with somebody that's worth fucking having. And you know what? It would also advance your career. He's a good fucking person. You came at the wrong motherfucker. But let me tell you secondly, and
I
this
want
is
to
most
hear her
important that
defense,
you
though, Boogie.
understand.
You're jumping the gun. Slow down. I want to hear her side.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
You gotta save that
I'm
for
mad.
the end.
Yeah,
I'm mad for my
Wings.
friend
Yeah,
Billy.
Wings.
You tell me when I
Yeah,
can ruin
Wings.
this bitch. You tell me
Yeah,
when I can ruin
Wings.
this dumb fuck.
Yeah, Wings.
Boogie, hold it. I want to know what she was thinking first, and then you can drop it.
Yeah,
you know?
go ahead.
What were you thinking?
Okay. I was on that voice call or that voice chat with about, I don't know how many people in there, but there was like 30 people in there. They've been talking before and after I came in. I was in there for probably 30 to 40 minutes. When I first came in there, Rexy was like, "Come in." So I came in, and Billy said, "Do you have any like favorite?" Like trying to be sly about it, and then finally asked me if I thought King Cobra was cool, and I was like, "Yeah, I think he's an all right guy. I think he's kind of intelligent and stuff." And then he's like, "Oh well, I want to put you two together." And all that initially was fine with me. I thought everything was kosher or whatever. But like halfway through, people started acting crazy, saying really crazy shit. Billy was saying how he wanted to get his friend laid over and over again. So I was assuming, you know,
$12.77.
Tech Talk, get ready for a wild ride. CD and Butsu standing side by side. Past is past, but the future's bright, cuz Tech Talk is in the spotlight.
Okay, so here's the thing. What you're telling me is everything Billy did was fine until he started saying he wanted to get his friend laid.
Kind of, and the things that the other people were saying, and I even like said stuff to make them know that I felt uncomfortable with it, like saying I feel like this is because Roxy's like, oh, I'll give you a position on Milkers if you do it, and I was like, this sounds like prostitution for a job offer.
Okay.
I said that in the voice chat.
Okay, time out. If Roxy said that, she's in the wrong. Did Roxy really say that, Rastov?
I guess so. I don't know. I heard that.
Roxy, what are you doing? Get that bitch in here. But Boogie,
And where he was like talking the most,
So
I
it
felt like
sounds
coming to him
you-
about my concerns were the best.
So let me ask you: did Billy ever say, "I'm just trying to get my friend laid," or would that come from other people?
Okay, we'll get to it, Boogie. What I'm saying
Billy
is,
would say, I'm trying to get my friend laid, but he didn't say I'm just trying to or anything like
did you
that.
hear what she just said? Roxy told her, hey, if you hook up with King Cobra, I'm going to give you a spot on Milkers.
Look, motherfucker, I'm having tramadol withdrawal right now. I'm in a bad fucking mood. I ran out of tramadol because I took extra doses while I'm traveling. I got 3 days of fucking tramadol withdrawal. I'm fucking mad. She's coming to my friend fucking Billy. Billy's defending me. I took 6 weeks of fucking Sundays. I hate this toothless bitch. You tell me when I can go off and I'll fucking.
It sounds like she doesn't know the right people to go off on because it doesn't sound like he said any of the bad shit at all.
It sounds like Roxy
This is why I didn't. Yeah, I really just wanted to go to him because I honestly thought that he would understand my feelings and go to Roxy and say, you know, that she didn't feel comfortable. Let's not ask her about it anymore. That's all I wanted to happen, really.
Okay,
Was
Roxy.
to them just never ask me to do this crap again.
Wait, stop. Roxy, she's saying that you offered her a spot on Milkers if she went on a date with King Cobra. Is that true?
You better swear to fucking girl, no, that is not true at all. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Please bring
Sorry,
Billy up
Ding
here.
Ding super chatted $20. Roxy, Joaquin Star, I didn't prostitution wasn't allowed on YouTube. If you tell me I would. No, she's a broke record at this point, rolling on the floor.
I did not mention that at all.
Nice.
Billy is the one that said it would be cool to have a Queen Cobra on Milkers. I said, yeah, that'll be cool. Dude, are you fucking kidding me right now? Please bring Billy up for the love of God. I know nobody believes me. Do not even do that, sweet tea. Don't.
We can bring Billy up. We can bring
Wait,
Billy up.
let
You
them
want to talk about
Let
this?
them talk. Go respond, sweetie. She's saying you're lying.
Billy even admitted that when I said, why didn't you ask Beans to do this and said me, we're both single. He said, well, Beans already has a job on the show. That's what was being discussed.
What does that have to do with me, you dumb fucking toothless gummy bitch?
That's the only job offer that was on the table. No.
Is there a paper trail? Is this in writing or is this voice call?
You fucking lying cuntbag bitch.
Voice
I had that
chat.
fucking back. I'm coming for you now.
Voice
I swear to
chat.
God, I'm fucking coming for you. You're done. What?
I'm gonna make you a star. All you have to do is get dicked down by King Cobra.
You get dicked down by King Cobra. I'm gonna put you on Milkers right next to me, baby.
I'm gonna make you a queen.
Fucking hell.
I really didn't want to make all this public. I just want to say I know that I have very heavy feelings or whatever, but you know, it did make me feel weird. And
Just shut the fuck up and just say you fucked up. Just say, yeah, this happened. I said something stupid. That's it. We don't need to bring Billy in for a third fucking time. But this bitch wants to be a forever victim.
and I had nightmares that night, like the worst nightmare I ever had in my life that night, because I was so worked up about it.
Are you the same girl that
Say me about what, dumb bitch? He didn't get dicked down by Cobra. His dick didn't go into your pussy. What nightmare, you cunt bitch.
for this man a gunner for a fucking intern position?
All I said was
Well, that was for a real job.
would be fun.
That's Yep, that
Can't
did
fucking
happen.
believe you, man. I can't fucking.
You also did tell him you were a
If
virgin
Billy-
and you wanted
if
him to
Billy
make
was
you a
gonna-
star.
If Billy was going to send a woman to fucking King Cobra's house just to get in pussy, he'd send a bitch with teeth, you fucking ugly cunt. I know Billy. Billy
send him
pulls
himself
pussy.
if he wants to get King Cobra, like he needs to go and lay him
Billy pulls
himself.
pussy. He pulls attractive women. He knows attractive women. He knows women that can fucking chew a goddamn steak.
Goddamn fucking like Cobra can pull women that can chew a goddamn steak. Like, bro, like, sweetie, you're not that good. Like you're not so fucking. No one fiends for you. You're not like you're not someone that is needed ASAP. Your pussy's not sunshine. Your pussy's not like fucking the Lost Ark of the Covenant. Your mouth game is not like you have no mouth. Like no one's clamoring for your fucking dick sucking game. You're just a regular smuggler person that wants attention. You need your main character syndrome, and you're gonna keep telling the story till time ends. Oh fuck.
Check the side chat. Game Siley just posted a fucking. Bro, this is so funny.
Arms wide open. You only have one functioning arm. That's right, baby.
Riley loves to bring up all of my sexual escapades, I guess.
You say
that was just being funny.
Shit.
Oh my god.
There was a hater being mean to me, and they're like, "How are you going to hug me without an arm?" And I thought that'd be funny.
Okay, so
This is the word
you are claiming
this ends the Me Too movement right here. This is it's officially over.
You claim that Billy and Roxy were trying to tell you you'd have a job if you dated King Cobra.
In so much words, yeah.
If they did that, they are fucked up and wrong to do that and say that. That's stupid. But they're both saying they did not say that. So somebody's lying.
Wait, you just said in so many words. What were the actual words?
It was that you could be on Milkers if all this goes right and stuff like that.
Okay, who said that?
Like that's why I
Roxy said that,
and
right?
On Milkers, this guy came in and said that about me saying this sounds like prostitution for a job, and he even admitted that I said that. So if he missed it, I said that, then that says that there was a discussion of a job.
But what did Billy say? What did Billy say? Was Billy offering you a job?
It seemed like Roxy was, but
Billy was
we don't want seems like. We don't want sounds like. We need the actual. What the fuck did they say?
Well, because in your statement, you
say something like.
In your statement,
Not something like
hold on.
exactly.
Hold on. In your
How can I remember word for word what they said?
Rastov, be quiet.
I can't.
Sweetie, in your statement, you said that Billy, all right, was trying to use your body for his friend to use sexually, and then offering you a job. But now you're saying he wasn't. It was Roxy.
Well, when I sent it to Billy, they were all in cahoots to me at least. So me sending it to Billy is just like a statement to him, like for them all.
Let me ask a question.
I don't know
Billy,
what was said
you-
before I was in there or after, and the people that were in there were saying some crazy stuff. And I'm not trying to blame him or her for it, but I mean,
Excuse me. 1 minute.
they knew I was uncomfortable.
Excuse me. Billy, did Roxy say you're going to be on Milkers? We'll give you a spot on Milkers if you date King Cobra?
That was not how it was said, no.
What was said?
So Roxy and I were in the Rewind voice chat, and Roxy and I are longtime fans of King Cobra JFS. We followed him for a while. She's talked to him before. I've talked to him before.
Boogie paid $30K for Temu teeth.
I was saying to Roxy, I said, you know, you're looking for a host for Milkers. You have any friends that you know that would hook up with King Cobra? Wouldn't it be awesome if you had a co-host that was Queen Cobra? The Queen Cobra?
Control plus
like,
Alt plus Della super chatted $19.99. She's a liar. I was there and Roxy didn't say that. She's dangerous with the way she speaks. Hashtag
Yeah,
me
she
too.
is dangerous.
Hashtag move.
Hashtag moo too. Moo too.
And then as we were talking, we said, you know who's going around the LCU looking for men? Sweet Tea's been looking for men everywhere. We should reach out to Sweet Tea. She's looking for a gig in the LCU. She's looking for men in the LCU. We should ask her if she has any interest in King Cobra. This could be perfect for her.
Yep.
Roxy reached out for Sweet Tea. We called her in. I said, Sweet Tea, I'm asking you a crazy question. This is a crazy question. When you go on all these podcasts and you're acting promiscuous, when you're acting promiscuous, are you seriously looking for a partner? Are you looking for
Mystifa
love?
W super chatted $20. Sweet tea, this universe ISNT for you. This is lol cow. Suck it up, Buttercup. Billy is the sweetest person. Sweet tea,
Kind
lion
of seems
king.
like it's perfect for her.
and then I said, if you are, I've got a proposition for you that's kind of crazy. Okay? And she said, yeah, I'm single. I've been single for a long time. I'm interested. And I said, oh.
His story hasn't changed within now it's 3 separate shows. What story has changed? Sweet Tea's fucking story has changed. It went from like Billy to Roxy to Xylee to maybe to whatever, I don't know. The fuck is she doing with herself?
Okay, now do you know a guy named King Cobra JFS? And then she said, yeah, and she started talking positively about him. And then we started talking about, okay, so Roxy's looking for a co-host for Milkers, and we've been saying how great it would be if her co-host was the Queen Cobra, the girl dating King Cobra JFS. Wouldn't it be amazing if you started dating King Cobra? And we painted out a thing where you tried to get to know King Cobra, whether it was making videos to get to know him, whatever it was, to like find your way into getting to know him, because she's going on all these shows trying to get to know him. And at one point, I think she did say, isn't this like prostituting me? And I'm like, no. Like, I literally want you to get to know this guy. And this is just coming off of the stuff with SSO Michelangelo. I was like, I don't want you taking advantage of this guy either. I don't want you doing this for content. I think you might be a good match for him.
But I'm going to be honest.
You came up.
I'm going to be honest. Based on that, I can see how she could take it that way.
The whole way, I'm telling her, like, I think you might be a good match for him. You're a host. You want to be a host in the LCU. This might just be an interesting character development for you. You're playing this character on screen on all these shows. This seems like a hand-in-hand thing you might find interest in the entire way. She says, well, why didn't you offer this to Beans or somebody else who's single? I said, Beans already has a host role. I just thought you were a single person who was looking for a position in this universe. We thought it'd be fun. And guess what? You could say no the entire time. It's just we're just goofing off in the Discord.
We got something
We
else
never-
to Nick, you might want to look at. Something else new. Such it. You might like.
We never once were like,
Good Lord,
you should do this for a job. It's just like, this is an opportunity for you to like stand out if you wanted to. We were all goofing and having fun. We thought she was having fun. There was I was slow rolling everything with her and being very transparent with her that this was a crazy idea and saying if she was in for it the entire way. King Scott was like, if you guys hit it off and if you want to go meet him, I'll pay for the plane ticket. And I guess that was one of the things that triggered her was that he was going to buy her a plane ticket.
I think you guys trying to match her up with King Cobra is no issue at all. I think you guys saying, yeah, this basically in a roundabout way, this might get you a spot on Milkers is like a huge problem. Like, it's just like, you can't do that. You know,
I disagree. I think the idea of like, if you were dating King Cobra, who knows, that might even end up getting you a show, is not the same thing as saying, hey, baby, if you do this, we'll give you a show. It's vastly different things.
Yeah.
It's a bad look to say anything like that.
I got okay, it's bad
And
luck.
I didn't want to bring this publicly. I wanted to say how I felt to Billy privately. I just want y'all to know that.
Well, the problem is you had so many things in there that were accusatory and wrong, like saying Xylee was involved when she didn't even want to be in the room with you. Like, it made me think that you were maybe not coming from a place of mental clarity. So I didn't know what your intentions were. Like, when we were in there, we were goofing, we were joking, and the entire way we were trying to see if you were having fun with us, right? So when this came out the next day, I almost thought maybe you were messing with me, right? Because of how untrue a lot of the things you were saying were. There was a lot of things like saying.
Like I said, when it came to King, yes, it does sound. Yes, you people on the outside could take it as a pro bono thing. You do this, you may get a show here. It's not on the nose as you do this, you'll definitely get a show. So I can see where it goes with this. It's just that I think with Billy wanted to get ahead of this because if you stay quiet and then this comes out, you'll look like the bad guy for coming in second. You ought to get ahead of the story, say your piece, and then at least you'll be on the offensive and on the defense. Rather than strictly playing defense and then maybe never catching up. But this is all stemming from how words are being used in context or whatnot. I think that's the whole problem, miscommunication and stuff.
Xylee was involved.
$19.99. Try backpedaling some more, Billy.
I'm not backpedaling. This is exactly how everything went down from what happened. If the idea of her dating King Cobra, being a Queen Cobra, is uncouth, then that's a crazy idea that shouldn't happen. She's always up on the shows acting like she's interested in other guys. It wasn't a huge leap to say maybe you should reach out to King Cobra and see if you're interested in him.
It's not that. It's the whole like, you know, Roxy needs a co-host, you know, and maybe the Queen Cobra could be on Milkers. Like, that's the thing that makes this thing icky.
Team, let me just say one thing.
Moldev Shit super chatted $27.12. Billy Epstein and Roxy Maxwell over here.
Let me just say, during the whole time, I told her, King Cobra takes it very slowly. He would want to be friends. A good month or so of him even just talking to get to know you. Me and Billy were serious. We care about Cobra. We wanted to see him happy. That's all it was.
I think we know for now, fucking with Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea's just gonna out your ass, right? Yeah. I think y'all gotta stop fucking with Sweet Tea.
But out our ass is a totally wrong way to make us look like the most.
Oh no, we got another Becky on our fucking hands. Sweet Tea's just another fucking Becky. I'm gonna just call it the way it fucking is.
Probably don't want to.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah, awfully close to quid pro quo. Yeah, I agree with that. It wasn't that, but it's like, bro, it's a bad look. It sounds like that. Lord Rush with a 10 gifted. Thank you so much.
Randy super chatted $27.12. Air Billy. This sounds sus. Super sus.
I'll even say that it might be sus. It might be sus. But to me, I followed King Cobra's love quest. I am a fan of King Cobra. As a fan, I want to see this guy with a good woman. I'm interested in that.
This was done in a public VC, right? This wasn't like behind the scenes or on a call. No. This was public with everyone in there.
Yeah, but it should have been. It should have been. Guys. It should have been. Sweet Tea, if you're into him, you should date him. If you're into him, you know him, you know about him, you should date him. The whole like spot on Milkers or like you're trying to get into the LCU stuff to try to say that added to dating him.
Super
Like, come on, you can't be doing that.
No, I love you, Billy. Probably my favorite person in the LCU, but the last 2 weeks you inadvertently start problems then backpedal until the other person looks bad. I believe they say, caught in 4K. Unique Joker super chatted
Not on the other situations. This one's
Keen say quid pro quo again.
Quid pro quo. I can't.
The whole Milkers thing came along is because Billy asked me if I had a friend in my real life that would like to be on the show. That's how the whole Milkers thing was brought up for Cobra.
Okay, maybe the intent was not there, Billy and Roxy, but the fact that it just got meant, like, I'm not saying
I didn't think it was.
maybe the intent was there, but the fact that it got mentioned, it like makes this so like, look what the fucking chat's saying, fucking, you know, Epstein, Maxwell, like it just looks bad.
That's why I didn't want Billy to bring this up. I didn't want him to bring it publicly.
You come to me in the DMs and say, hey, Roxy, I don't like this. I'm not comfortable. You went to Billy before you even came to me. Me and you talk in DMs. I tell you all the time. You come to me when you have problems. I tell you it's okay. Why don't you come and say, Roxy, I'm not comfortable.
If you hadn't offered the boss gum jobs and said you were a virgin to become a star, I would probably have a bit more empathy for the situation.
But those are
I think-
exactly.
but guys, I
you
get
could
that.
be the type of person that expects this type of joke and has no problem with this type of joke, except now you suddenly have a
Guys,
problem.
I get that. Stop.
Nobody's
right
offering
now.
you a job.
Listen, stop right now. Just because someone has bad behavior before doesn't mean they can't be a victim or something else. And I'm not saying she's a victim. I'm just saying that, right, guys? Like, just because someone's past behavior doesn't mean you can treat them a certain way, like in some other situation that's inappropriately.
And I know
you cannot
you're
do
right.
that.
That's not what I mean when I said that.
I'm not done talking.
Again, if you have like a black friend and your black friend is always making racist jokes around you, like motherfucker.
I am not done talking. Okay.
All right.
Here to Sweet Tea, to anyone else, all right? You are never ever going to get a job based on who you date or some sexual favor or whatever, or because you went on a date with someone. That is never going to fucking happen in the LCU. We don't do this shit here, all right?
Obviously. On top of that, Roxy and I don't have the power to do that. We just thought it would be like fun to hook King Cobra up with somebody that is in the LCU, and if that led to something, if we planted the seed for that, and it was a good thing, good. If it was a bad thing, we don't want bad stuff either. And the fact that this is becoming a bad thing shows that maybe our hearts were in the wrong place, and that sucks.
Sweet Tea, are you still
I
mad
think King
at
Cobra
them?
could do better. I think he can do better.
Are you still mad at them, or did you forgive them?
I forgive him.
Fuck you, bitch. You don't forgive me. Don't forgive me, bitch. I didn't do shit to be forgiven for, a fucking whore. You're a fucking whore, and I'll never fucking protect you again, bitch. Just know that.
Now, I did suck off Rewind and get Aussie. So after that, though, there's no more. After that was the last one in the universe. All right. After that, no more. Okay. That was a one and done.
Sweet Tea, next time, instead of making a public post, come to me, tell me. I shouldn't have to find out.
She made it a private post. I made it public. I made it public because the way it was worded, with all the inaccuracies that were worded in it, the accusations, I was worried it was going to be the same thing she did with Roxy and the doxing. And I'm like, oh God, I'm being accused of prostitution.
That's what pissed me off the most, is the whole accusations of
I mean,
that pissed me the fuck off.
I get where you guys are saying. You guys are thinking, well, if she starts dating King Cobra, right, she's going to be really popular with that fan base, and that'll probably land her a job on. I get it, but you can't say that stuff.
It really wasn't. I talked to Josh on the phone. I truly
Even though I understand the logic there, right? She's going to be popular with King Cobra's fans now, which then she'll have more of an audience, and that might get her a spot on. I understand the logic, but you can't say that stuff because then it gets interpreted the way she's saying it.
And here's the problem. Here's the problem, right? We spelled it out very slowly that it wasn't directly that, but because Sweet Tea makes lapses in logic, and even based on her accusation, it was so far off from what had happened, she's made it into a snowball of something that it was way worse. We're dealing with someone
You
so
made
new.
this public.
Yes, I did, because of how far off from the truth what you were saying was, because your perception of things gets so far from the truth that it looks like you are either messing with us or you are maybe not all there, okay? So then we have to deal with you in a way that makes it maybe delusions. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe you are really good at what you're doing and you're stirring the pot. I'm not sure which one it is yet, Sweet Tea. It's interesting to me. That's why I'm playing the game with you, because I don't know if you're crazy or amazing.
Did you have any interest in dating King Cobra?
Well, initially I was thinking, I've always thought he was a kind of nice guy. I wouldn't have been opposed to talking to him. But the further everything went along, it got, it really did upset me, Keemstar. And I tried to say it publicly to Billy, and I got screwed for it.
And I'm really sorry about all that, for real. And I think when we first talked about it too, I tried to end it on me being sorry for that part too. I didn't mean for any of that to hurt you that way, even when I did feel like it was accusatory enough. But I was trying to have a bit of fun with it. I really do like King Cobra. Roxy likes King Cobra. We probably got ahead of our.
The fact that you had two people wanted to get a locale laid, and again, Sweet Tea didn't communicate her feelings properly. Fucking Billy and Roxy kind of made it seem like, not really, but made it seem like quid pro quo. Like, if this happens, this is gonna happen. Like, again, it's a whole big miscommunication mess. That's the thing. And it should stop right there. Like, both Billy said sorry, whatever with Sweet Tea and just move the fuck on to the next big F up.
Ourselves, we were trying to be very respectful to the situation, and I think the lesson I learned was that Sweet Tea is not ready for advanced scenarios like that. She's new to this game, and she's to be handled with care. And I apologize for being so rough with you, Sweet Tea, in this situation.
Thank you, Billy.
All right, y'all. Let's end on a good note. Thank you, guys. All
Bye.
right.
All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, the saga of the Sweet Tea has ended for now. Hopefully this is the last time we will hear about it. Lord have mercy upon my soul. But folks, I want to thank everyone for coming in on this 2-hour extravaganza. Sorry in the beginning for there to be like gaps in the thing. I had to take care of something with the boss. I may be streaming gameplay. I may be streaming. Because I just want to mix it up. I'm not going to be too boisterous as I am here, because I'll be going to another setup, and I cannot be too loud. But see, if you see me stream that, say hi. I always love to talk with people or to show things. But in any case, thank you all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, super things, super chat, super things, super everything. We're creeping up to my birthday stream. I'm very excited. Hope everyone has a great day. And I'll see you guys soon. Maybe either